So yeah, everybody's saying that fixed it, so it was completely Discord's fault doing.
Oh,
Fucking Discord.
Discord
We love a
screws with me.
Discord queen.
I had my Discord for some reason. I've tried reinstalling it. Memory leak if I share screens.
That's wonderful.
Like, please.
Beautiful creation, it truly is.
So yeah, we'll have to look into trying to find some kind of alternative that isn't Skype because that's just as bad or worse.
Everyone just got the
Have it.
shakes.
Yeah.
But you guys mostly
glad
heard.
to.
Okay, so you mostly heard Navik's description, so you're good then.
Yeah.
You'll hear it next session. We'll go through it each time to a degree, either way. So we'll go down the line then next. So Ro, go ahead.
Okay, well, hello, I am Groina. I am a human ranger with a mixture of a Scottish and kind of an Irish dialect. She is a sailor, was a tattered fisherman's jumper. Not really worse for wear. She's long ginger hair that she can barely control, and yeah, she's kind of hearty and doesn't really care. Kind of a go-getter, talks too much, and has been sailing the ocean with her friend Dalifig. That's it.
All right. So next is Mac. Well, not Mac and Socks, Macaulay. Wow. Luckily.
Dalafig. He's a coastal dwarf who's sort of been sailing the seas for a fair while, mainly on trading vessels and merchant ships, with his little companion Groiner, who just tags along and he's a kind of a very sort of disheveled old man. Wears a lot of tattered clothes, a lot of couple of scars on his faces from getting smacked by things. That's basically him.
And you mentioned that he's a cleric, right?
Oh yeah, and he's a cleric.
Okay. So now up to the top of the other side, Anger.
All right. Hopefully my dogs don't bark. I'm a Feudary sorcerer. Mostly shine reserved due to the nature of being a Feudary. A lot of past focus in weaving. That's like how my clothes that I'm wearing are ones that I sewed up myself. Recently awakened as a sorcerer, and I'm just slowly trying to find out about how all it works, what I need to do, and that sort of thing. So, early in age, and just trying to discover my way.
All right. And that goes to the Mac and Socks.
All right, my name's Silva. I'm a Midguerin bard. Mostly make a living down by the docks, scamming travelers through either games of chance or other types of fraud. Other than that, I mostly live at inns and or taverns. I think that's all I got.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm checking. I'm setting up images, so I can't push to talk while I'm doing that, or because it doesn't like to. That sounds good. Like I said, you guys like for the note of the people watching. Some of our players are pretty new, so those little bits that you said about your character will get more and more detailed as we go, I'm sure. So for now, that's perfectly fine. All right, so that leaves just Sarah.
Alright, so I'm playing Miser the Mute. Basically, one of the Scáthbhaile from a lost member of the houses. Basically was messed with over the years, having to provide services to the underworld because of not being able to understand most of which happened to her. She had mentors in the loss of the underbelly of the sewers. Basically, they're the ones that led to her phrase, consistency is key. The idea that there's nothing in life that can be done without consistency. But unfortunately, an attack on the sewers led to the loss of not only her mentors, but everyone that she had known from there. She lost everything except for her pet muck shriek called Pawpaw. And so her belief has been that the only thing that's been consistent in her life, if there's one thing that's been consistent in her life, it's been never-ending misery, found in dealing with insiders and those from the upper world. So she's learned a fair bit about teaching Pawpaw to replicate voices and such, so she's able to really work well with Pawpaw being the voice to her actions. So anytime that you hear her talking, it's likely going to be the muck shriek that's speaking for her. If that's that.
Yeah, I did that. I muted myself because my mic was picking up other people, so I wanted to stop it, and I forgot. That's my bad. Yeah, I was saying I'll put up an image of what a muck shriek is for you guys once I'm done setting up these images, because they're pretty ugly. They're an ugly, ugly, ugly waterfowl that imitates what people sound like when they're dying to chase off predators, like a parrot. But they're actually capable of copying some bits of speech as well. Just ugly birds. All right, so since we apparently some people didn't get to hear your thing, we'll go back to you, Navik, real quick.
Okay. Let me bring my notes back up in a minute. There we go. Those aren't my notes. There they are. So yeah, so going back to roughly what I said, Calatrix is a fawn fighter. He works on the local city watch of the Eastern Wharf Constabulary as a investigator under the guise of Detective Arilgid Madoc Baines. She stands at about 5'8". She has kind of shoulder-length, messy hair, general rounded, usual ram horns, being a fawn. Usually, when she's out on the docks and things, she'll be wearing her constabulary uniform, which just looks a bit like a bobby. And when that's pretty much everything you'd know at face value with Calatrix.
Okay, so that's our cast and crew, folks, and we'll talk more about, like, for your guys' sake, at the end of the show, we'll have a time for you guys to do your own shoutouts and stuff, because what else is the point? We'll do that at the end. All right, so all of everything done now. Got your characters introduced. We're done with Discord being a piece of shit. I will continue. I'll finish setting up some pictures for you guys, and then we'll jump into actually what's happening. So what we'll do to start off is we'll start off with some just letting kind of the guys on the boat blow loose. So it'd be Grain, Galifig, Yulia, I believe, is the foreigner as well. So those three would be on a ship right now that's coming on its way into Scáthbhaile, and you guys have had a pretty rough journey, let's put it that way. So to set up some world building stuff, the universe that Scáthbhaile takes place in, this planet has 7 moons. So for people who understand what a moon does to an ocean, the tides are not very kind. Ocean travel is very dangerous and unpleasant. So yeah, the voyage has been choppy, for lack of a better word. And you had a run-in with a hull grinder, which is a large sea creature with spines all up its back that are known to rake ships and try to sink them. And you didn't sink, but you lost a chunk of what you were carrying because it got flooded and ruined the produce, the not produce, but the products that you were carrying for the merchant company. So you're kind of like wobbling your way into port at this point, effectively. But we'll say that for the sake of just simplicity's sake, for you three that are there, the two actual sailors are on a break currently. So you guys can just kind of start chatting as if you were on the ship, just having your break. You can see the city in the distance, the gloom overhanging it, and all the ships going into port. But it's still a good hour away before you'll get there because you're kind of hobbling.
I mean,
Yes.
Rowena, I guess, is leaning back, sort of peering over the boat's edge occasionally. She's very disheveled, like the rough journey. She's not. She has her sea legs, but not her sea stomach. And she's just sort of like. She turns to Dalafig with sort of like an almost over exaggerated, sick looking face. And looks at him and just says, "Oh, it's been pretty shit, hasn't it?"
Aye, it's fine. It happens all the time. You've been through it before, you need to stop complaining.
Oh, what do you mean complaining? I'm never gonna get used to this.
Aye, it's easy. Took me 2 years to get my legs.
Barely any legs.
Aye, I'll have you know I'm very tall for my kind.
And with that, she just sort of slumps back into the boat.
Dalvik would be attempting to try and get some sense of like rest or sleep in like on this break, or he has to actually do things.
Sounds good. Okay. And yeah, you, Anger, you're on the ship. You're a passenger. That you're on your way to the city. You've been on this ship for about, I'd say not the whole voyage, but about a third of the voyage. You got picked up partial, 2/3 of the way in. So you've only been on the last leg of the voyage after the ship got hit by the gull. Like you were there when the ship got hit by the hull grinder. So you've been with the ship since it got almost crippled. But you're sitting up top decks, looking out at the city, and you can hear these two talking on the lower deck. You're up on the forecastle.
All right.
And for people who don't know parts of boats, that's the front part.
I'm not doing much better with my sea legs and stomach. Kind of just silently staring, hoping not to hurl some more. And just with a slight look of excitement of what's to come in the city. But other than that, remaining silent and not getting involved too much in what else is occurring on the boat or with others. I'm aware of what's, I hear them talking, but I just don't care to butt in or respond.
Yeah.
Mainly because I'm just trying to keep my lunch down.
Okay, so go ahead and then in that case, go ahead and roll me the first roll of the game, a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, boy, I'm excited. There we go. I can figure out how to do anything here. Again.
Pretty straightforward. Just go into the character sheet and where your attributes are, and there's saving throws right next to them to the right, and you can just click the word Constitution. There it is. That's a 13. So you didn't do awfully. You passed enough that you didn't like immediately hurl on the deck, but you're definitely like you're queasy and a little shaky on your legs, and it's a bit chilly for you as well. Oh, I'm not talking to you guys again. I'm an idiot. I'm going to actually change it to be push to talk on this entirely because my mic keeps picking you guys up. But if I turn you down, the stream won't be able to hear you very well. So I'm going to end up putting myself on push to talk, so it won't do that for this. But yes, like I said, I don't know if you guys, did you hear mine? No, I didn't push to talk. That's why. Okay, so yeah. You passed. You didn't throw up on the deck immediately, but you feel queasy and a little shaky on your legs, and it's a little cold for you as well. You're used to a warmer climate.
Yeah. I might as well be green at this rate with how awful I feel.
There we go. I set up the push to talk buttons. Now I won't keep forgetting, and I won't keep picking you guys up on the stream. Okay, so you guys are all just chilling out on your boat. Any specific like activities you need in mind? Like, I know you're trying to get some rest. Are you like lighting a cigarette, a cigar, chewing something? Like, just
Dalafy's just lying down wherever he can.
okay.
Just
So you just find a
slouching
spot
against
where nobody's
walls,
running
just-
around
yeah.
currently, and just flop down on the deck.
Yeah, he's just trying to recoup from the situation he found himself in, where he
Alright.
has to go back to doing things.
Groina's gonna be braiding his hair because it is ugly and disheveled.
And Dalafy's gonna let her just as long as he can sleep.
All right.
I'm kind of just fumbling with some fabric to keep distracted. Not doing anything with it, just taking my mind off of hurling.
Sounds right. Just a second. I'm just setting up images for the people that I have images for. I just tried to add an image for a person I already had an image for. I'm an idiot. Okay. I don't have any good images for the other two of you right now, so we'll just have to leave you blank. But at least some of you have images now in your boxes, so you don't look so blank. Now I'm less distracted. I can actually get to this. All right. So, we've got kind of where those guys are set up at. So, on the other, back on the shore, though, we've got 3 people that actually live in this city. And we're going to start up with Navik.
Yes.
Alistrix is waking up for her day. So this is a bit earlier in the day. So you're waking up in your flat,
Mm-hmm.
and you wake up and kind of just like grab a timepiece. I don't know if you have a pocket watch or what.
He does.
Okay, so you pop open your pocket watch and make sure that you're not late. But no, you've got a couple of hours before your shift still, so you've got time to get up and get ready.
Mm-hmm.
What do? Like, how do you get ready for your day?
Obviously, Calatrix walks around kind of, just checking the weather, first of all. It's very important for to see how the weather is.
Okay. It's pretty overcast today so far in the morning, so but it's that constant overcast, but it's not raining. It's more of like a just misty.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she'll probably just do her usual. She'll probably make food. Get breakfast sorted, eat breakfast, put on a uniform, and then head out to do her patrols.
All right. So you're gonna do the uniform stuff first. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you get around, do some cooking, nothing too fancy. What you can make on a police wage.
Yeah, some eggs, some bread.
Eat. You get around. Maybe wash yourself up some first. Kick off the heater that you have sitting in the corner so it doesn't burn all your oil while you're away. Get dressed and head out to work.
Mm-hmm.
Into the streets. And it's a pretty normal day, like ships coming in, ships going out, lots of new people coming to visit. You see a bunch of the other grunts are at the actual docks, like checking people as they come in, as they do.
Mm-hmm.
Public safety.
She probably kind of walk past, just make sure they're doing all right. And just the usual, keeping an eye out, looking for anybody suspicious.
Yep, and I'll go ahead and pull you over to the other map for you guys. Stream can't see it yet because you're not all there, but this is the area you patrol, Navic.
Okay. Am I meant to see the whale?
Yes.
Okay.
The only
Double
oil
check.
token I could find was semi-transparent because it's supposed to be underwater.
Okay.
So I literally just had to shove it up there. But no, that's a whale that's up on the deck and people are cleaning it.
Right.
So yeah, the docks stink of fish and whale and just decay.
Yeah, she's never been a fan of it. She kind of shrivels her nose a little bit, of course, as that hits her. As she kind of starts to get into it. But job's a job, gotta get paid. Yeah, she'll just kind of keep strolling along the docks.
Okay. Yep, and nothing seems out of the ordinary for the day. Just kind of walking down the streets, and then you catch out of the corner of your eye a small figure dashing away from an elderly woman. Suspiciously.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna kind of shout out and be like, "Hey, you!" And then see if how they react.
Okay, so when you say that, the person that was like dashing away just kind of turns their head, and you immediately can tell that they're a goblin as soon as they do so by the nose that protrudes like 6 inches off of their face.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of make that they get that look on their face like, oh shit, cheese it, and then they speed up.
Chases after them.
All right, so you chase after him, you take off. So go ahead and roll me an athletics check to dash around the streets chasing this seemingly thief.
Oh, that is acrobatics. Or that.
Nope, it's the wrong one. Yeah, there you go. Still not much
no,
better.
that was bad. That was not a good roll.
So this goblin is evading you quite nimbly as he dashes around the winding parts of the streets, leading you on a wild goblin chase.
You're being outpaced by a garden. What is this?
Yeah, just kind of trying to shout and be like, "You need to stop! I'm going to arrest you!"
And the goblin, he gets out of your sight, and as you round a corner, you see him, yelling at a door.
Right.
And trying to open it, but failing.
Can I try and can you kind of walk up towards him? I guess sneak, but not fully. I mean, yeah, I guess it is a stealth roll.
Yeah.
But kind of sneak, yeah? Okay. I am shit at rolling today.
No, not doing so hot. So you kind of you start to do that, and on the second or third step, you crunch on a leaf with your hoof. And you're just ah. And the goblin turns, looks at you, looks back at the door, screams at it some more in a language that you can't speak. And the door suddenly, you hear a clicking sound. And he pops open the door and then dashes inside.
Right. Does the door close?
No.
Oh, this feels dodgy. Gonna slowly approach the door.
Okay, so you kind of peer in, and it seems to be just this entrance seemed to be just a random slum home. Nothing too descriptive, a couple of chairs, a bed, a small pot, and then a hallway going back into the other end that probably has another exit.
Right.
And assumedly, if he's in here, he went out the other side, probably. Tried to, at least.
Yeah. Does it look like that had been opened at all? Or did
Yes.
I hear...
It looks like both doors have been opened, and the other one is still
Okay.
open, it seems, as well. So there's light coming in from both ends.
Right, yeah, he is gonzo. Kind of utters to us, I was just kind of like, well, I suppose I should probably report this to constabulary, but mayhaps we need to make sure everybody is okay. And she's gonna start walking back to...
Alright, so you don't go through and check the other side or close the doors?
She kind of figures that they're just gone and is more concerned about the old lady.
Okay, so you leave this poor person's house unlocked and open. Good to know.
What? They unlocked the door!
You're inside.
No, I never said I entered. She is.
Oh, you just looked in. Okay, so that's fair.
Yeah.
Alright, so you head out, you walk back the other way and try to find, like, basically retrace your steps to go back to where this old woman is. And she's not where she was. She looks like she walked a ways further before she noticed. But yeah, she's down a ways, like, talking to another constable now. And seems to be, like, in a like, not really shouting, but definitely, like, not whisperings, talking about how her purse has been stolen.
She'll walk up. Does she recognize the Bobby the lady's talking to?
Yeah, he's one of the newer recruits. He just joined. You don't remember his name. He's only been like just trained, so he's been here for like a week and a half, maybe.
Yeah. So you know when you kind of know somebody and you're trying to like remember their name, you can have that face on them, and she's like,
As soon as you walk up, they kind of like nod to you in recognition, but don't like turn away from the woman.
Yeah.
As they're taking notes.
Constable, you can you please go and... There was a disturbance at a house a few roads down. Apparently a goblin was seen running through it, and it may be worth investigating, and it may help you get a promotion.
Right away, Mom, he says, and then he just kind of salutes and heads off that direction. And the old lady like turns to you, and she's like starts basically just rattling off the entire like what she remembers of what happened, even though she didn't even notice. So she's just making up like, oh, he was 7 feet tall, and things like, it's that kind of thing. The person literally doesn't remember what the person looked like that did it, but they try to give you some kind of horrible remembrance.
Yeah.
And as you're doing that, taking down notes, because, yeah, it's your job. You're just kind of sitting there, like, writing it and rolling your eyes. Just, none of this is correct.
It's like, yeah, you don't need to worry about it. We will make sure that everything is okay. It is the job of the Eastern Wharf's Constabulary. Keeps taking notes. Just keeps listening to her rambling.
And she finally stops, and she's like, I'm... Like, she gives you all the contact info so that they can get a hold of her if they find the purse.
Mm-hmm.
And then she finally kind of, like, begrudgingly moseys off on her way. Leaves you to do your job again.
Gonna just... Well, she already sent the other constables to go sort that out. She will report it later when she goes back to the
Okay.
Bobby HQ. But for now, she'll just keep doing her dock work.
All right, so you keep on your way. All right, from there we'll jump over to Mac and Socks. So Silva, you've just recently like passed this way to come up to this end of the docks. You were in the central area more recently, but you decided to move over towards the east because the smell of the central area has gotten to you. You've headed towards the west, or to the east, rather. Whatever one we're in. I'm brain farting right now. So you're kind of like walking down through these streets looking for a place to stay. And the city, like as usual, this part of the city is busy. There's people everywhere of all different shapes and sizes. There's goblins and fauns and other Elfar. There's tons of like dwarves and gnomes and everything you could think of. But there's also a bunch of foreigners that normally aren't here as well. And everybody's just kind of bustling about doing their own thing. Lots of peddlers out in the streets trying to hawk their goods. You can see, like, as you're passing through it, like, the stink catches you again as you see one large whale being skinned up on one of the docks. And a handful of ships coming in and out. But you're kind of making your way down through, and you're passing by the inns, and it seems like it's pretty busy here, so the first 3 inns you come across are all completely filled up. No vacancies. Which, since a lot of people can't actually read, is pretty much just a little, like, another little sign hanging off the main sign with a cross over the bed. Because they don't assume that anybody can read.
All right. So,
So what are you doing as you just wander around the streets? Are you, like, browsing the shops, just kind of heading straight to find another inn? What do you want to do while you're here?
as I'm looking for an inner tavern, can I try and scam somebody?
Okay, so you want to just, like, take a break from looking and set up in a corner somewhere and start rolling some dice? Or something of that form?
Yeah, some cards,
All right.
yeah.
Okay, cards. So you set up in a little off the beaten path spot to try and do some card games. All right, go ahead and roll me a playing cards check using charisma.
I have marked cards. Should that add anything to it?
No, go ahead and roll. Just roll it without for now, and then I'll do that. Okay, yeah, you're definitely scamming some noobs. Some random, like, sailors and other random. It's mostly foreigners. The locals pretty much are like, they're wise to what's going on here. If you're on the docks, they're like, nah.
Yeah.
So you managed to scam about, let's see, a silver and 8 coppers. It's not a lot, but it's nothing to scoff at. It'll buy a meal. But before long, after you get about that much, you see a constable kind of coming by, and he's like, "All right, I got here. No squatting."
Okay, then I'll start packing up.
Yeah, like, they don't really start any problems. They're just like, come on, just shoo you off.
Yeah, I'll like half like start leaving.
Yeah, you slowly pack up. Alright, and then you continue on your way to try to find another inn. And then the last person we've got is Mazery. Mazery. You don't like the docks very much. And it's daytime. Makes it hard for you to move around.
I end up passing through the current waking position for me is underneath a few of the points closest to the sewers.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So you'll
Currently
be
looking out.
on the map. I'm going to ping for you.
Mm-hmm.
Back in that area is where you come out.
Where was the ping?
Is that
Sorry,
working?
I'm trying to search the map. Oh, right there. Okay.
Up in that area, yeah.
Yeah.
But for now, like, it seems like what you're seeking has taken up residence in the inn that's right out front of where you're come out of the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pretty much content to just kind of lurk back here in the shadows for now, out of the
Basically
sunlight.
waiting, acquiring information.
Mm-hmm.
Because as part and parcel to it, it's best to always keep the area aware.
Yeah. And for like reference, it is never bright light. It's still very dim because of the overcast, so you can see. You're not completely blinded, but it's still like it's unpleasant.
Right.
It's basically for you. It's exactly the same as a person that's like walking around at dusk or in the very early dawn. It's that like
right.
you can see, but it's still very hazy.
Mm-hmm. So I'm basically just listening, taking more notes of the area around, because as part of it, it's making the pathways to know how to get from point A to point B throughout the city.
Okay, so you're just scouting out. That sounds like a good idea.
One of the services applied is parcel transport, being able to move anything from anything small from one point to another.
All right, sounds good. So yeah, you're just scouting out this area of the docks, even though you don't, like I said, you don't really like coming here too much. There's too many new people, too much bustle. Not as easy to slink around and move through the shadows.
Yep.
Alright, well, now, so we'll head back to, I think we've covered everybody, what they're doing and where they're at. So at this point, we'll get back to the boat. Back on the boat, it's been a few hours now. You guys, or about an hour and a half now, and you guys have finally kind of hobbled your way back into port. And the captain's dropped anchor outside of the docks district here. Which now I have tokens for all of you on the ship. I just put them there as a storage spot, so I have to actually put you guys where you belong now. So let me move these tokens around. What am I missing? That's why. I forgot to add a nameplate on one. Alright, so I moved you guys off the ship. So yeah, the captain, like as you guys pull up to the spot, they drop anchor and the captain kind of walks up to the crew, like gathers up the crew on the deck. Captain Oskar Steinsen. And he says, "Alright, mates. It's been a rough voyage, but it seems we've made it to port yet again, despite this ship's supposed cursed nature, am I right? Just needed a better crew."
Ain't that me? Who else does it?
Grona throws her arms up because she doesn't believe in no stupid curse.
Yeah.
She
And he
shouldn't
kinda-
say anything. She's too green.
Regrettably, due to the damage we've taken in the cargo, I'm going to have to take the ship through the locks into the lake behind the city. But I don't think you all need to be drug along for that, and it's probably better for some of you that we don't have to pass through all of the particular legal services of such. So I'm going to let off a portion of the crew here on the rowboats and take them to shore, and we'll meet back up later. It's going to probably take about a month for the ship's repairs. The hull took some real damage.
Hey, she's seen worse.
Aye, she has.
Oh, goodness,
And
what
the
means
dwarf,
that?
as you said, is like kind of like that sodden look for a moment. He just pours himself a drink.
Oh no. Oh, poor Captain.
As well, our passengers can all get off here if that you prefer, or we can wait until we're in the central region. But it's going to take us some time, because the ship is damaged, and there's seems to be a bit of a busy day. If you don't want to stay on board the vessel and deal with us sea salt, then I'd suggest getting off while you can.
I definitely want off.
And for reference, the voyages have been prepaid, so you don't have to worry about that. You pay when you board, not when you leave.
Fair.
So you guys can kind of start getting the boats around.
That'll figure to be sort of trying to pick himself up and deal with like all the people getting onto rowboats and things.
Yeah, and it'll take a few trips back and forth, but you end up everybody gets to shore. And the captain, like once the rowboats are back to the ship, they weigh anchor and start to move again.
Now that Grina can look at the side of the boat and look at the damages to the hull, she just sort of like winces.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. He just turns to Dalifig and he's like, "Oh, honestly, I'm surprised we're still floating."
You know what I want to say?
Curse, more like a blessing. Look at her go.
Look at her go. She's 50% water at this point.
Yeah, you've been dumped on the shore and left to your own devices for about a month, it seems.
Shit.
Hey, shit, we don't have anywhere to live.
And by this point, it's probably getting towards like afternoon, like 4 or 5 p.m. ish.
Yeah.
So by this point, Navik, you have actually headed back to HQ to report.
Yeah.
And you hand in your notes about this robbery, and there was a few other little things you had to deal with, but nothing like major. Just kind of shooing along some squatters and dealing with a random fight between a couple of whalers because one of them tried to have sex with the other one's wife. Things like that.
Yeah.
Like somebody one of them tried to shiv the other one with a flensing blade, which would not feel good. You had to stop that.
Wrapped him around the head.
Because a flensing blade, for those that don't know, is what you use to skin whales and other large sea creatures. So it's a blade meant for stripping inches of thick blubber. Imagine what it does to a person.
Bapped him on the head.
With
Police
feeling.
baton. But yeah, that's in the report. That's sorted. She's gonna go up to like the presumably there's like some sort of
A desk
almost
jockey.
pit or something for like the old detective boys.
Yeah, so you kind of head off into the separate, it's a separate little building, but as you're going through there, you actually run into your superior.
Oh.
He's
And
like,
she sees him and she's like, what
and yeah, he's an older guy. He's like almost 60. Human. So
yeah,
he's been at this for his entire life practically. He's an old dude.
like Detective Aaron Maydock. I'm so I've done the I've gone Scottish. Fuck.
Aye, that'll happen.
Ah, the Scotch.
Dude, try to keep this voice.
You'll get used to it. But he just kind of he like greets you, and then it's like, I heard you run into a bit of trouble earlier about the pickpocket, was it? I think I might have picked him up actually. I found him just passing by, and he came bursting out of a door on some random home. So I walloped him one and brought him in. Let me come this way. And he's kind of like waves you towards the cells,
Yeah, she follows like, oh, that is wonderful.
and she
I,
leads, like he leads you back to the cell and points into this. And there's the goblin, and it's literally that goblin. You can tell immediately. You're like, yeah, that's the guy.
Yes, that is the one that stole from the old lady. Did he have her purse? Or
He did indeed.
Yes.
We didn't know whose it was until we had to confirm, but now we know. We can contact her and get her belongings back to her.
Yes, and then she passes him like the notes that she took with all the contact information.
Ah, excellent. Thank you very much. That will help immensely. I was going to have to deal with the rookie and his rambling.
No, I sent him off to go try and find the goblin, but clearly you've done it already, so I think he'll realize that eventually.
Yeah. And he kind of like chuckles and taps the bars with his cane, and the goblin kind of winces, and he's got like a black eye. So you could pretty much guess that goblin took a cane to the face.
Got a walloping. Captain, is Captain? I'm doing it again. Fuck.
Do you want to swap voices? Maybe Scottish. I'll do the other one.
How would I say captain in her voice? Wait, this is weird. This is getting used to this voice is really bizarre. Captain? No, that's Scottish. Is there anything else that you need me to do?
I think the day's worth of work for the uniform part at least is done. So if you want to go ahead and take your break, head back home and get changed into your common clothes, that's all good. We've got some detective work to do after that.
Oh, detective work? What would it be?
We've had reports of strange fellows moving about recently. Some might believe, some believe it might be that murder that's been about in the slums. So it's going to be a bit of an all-nighter.
The one that drags bodies into the sewer? Or the one that spits them out? There's two.
There's a lot more than two, trust me on that.
Well,
But
there's two issues at the moment, but I know what you mean.
no, this would be the one that that's been flaying them.
Oh, so you wish for me to head into sewers?
No, that is not be necessary. This one's been flaying people in the streets, but people have been talking of strange men walking around with many strange knives, and we need to investigate that.
Okay,
I'm going to send you here, and he jots down in his little notepad real quick an address and rips it off and hands it to you.
yeah, she takes it.
This inn seems to be the only one on the street currently has a vacancy, so if this person is active tonight and is in the docks, they'll have to stay here.
Oh, that does seem, yes. I will check it. Do you want me to take the rookie?
No, that won't be necessary. You stay there, I'll be out on the streets with a few others. We'll be canvassing the area. You stay there. If you see anything, go outside and turn the lantern on the front of the building off, then back on 3 times. That'll be our signal.
Okay, yes, I can do that. So I will go get changed and meet you there at
Nightfall, probably. But dark.
Okay.
Few
That
hours.
is, yeah, I can do that. You make sure that the old lady gets her bag back. Okay, bye.
Yes, that will be seen to.
He's already walking away.
Yeah, he's basically on his way as well.
Yeah.
So you've got a few hours to go rest before dark starts to come.
Yeah.
Since you're going to be pulling an all-nighter, probably.
We will
It's best
probably
to
take a nap.
do so. Well, at least an all-nighter in the way of, like, you're going to be pretending to sleep.
Yeah.
For
That's
parts
fair.
of it, at least. Alright,
Okay.
so you head off on your way.
Yeah. She probably kind of gives a good nod and be like, "See you later" to the receptionist, and then back over to her home to just relax for a couple hours before nightfall and like just get ready.
Okay. All right. So for those of you that just came to shore, and Mac and Socks, your character, all at the same time come up to this inn that is the only one with a vacancy in the area for the night. And that includes you, Anger. So all of you are just kind of like, oh hey, this place has vacancies. It's the one that you just got unloaded in front of. That's lucky.
What luck.
And Groina's gonna walk up to him and be like, oh look, Dalafeg, this place has vacancies. And we pulled up right in front of it. How
Hey.
lucky.
Hey, but does it sell booze?
I'll have to figure it out, but there might not be many vacancies, so we better, she sort of like nods towards the few
Hey, as long
eyes
as I can get a
watching
drink.
it. And she just throws, we better make our claim on our bed before someone else takes it.
Hey, that we should.
Oh, she sort of hustles towards the door.
So you rush in, you're like,
Yeah. Sees other people looking at it, she's like, aye, that's mine. She's elbowing people if there are
Just
people
power
around.
walks through. This little stout dwarf, just, I'm coming through. Out me away.
Oh, Groiner is 5'2". I never stated that. She is small.
Oh
She's
yeah,
small.
Dalafig is 4'6", but he is
I,
also very, very small.
I kind of just follow in the wake of the crowd partying behind these two.
yeah. You're just like, ha ha ha. Don't pay attention to me.
Elbow no people.
An old lady of black eyes, she pushes her away.
Hi.
Yeah,
I guess
you're
I'm
right there as well, Mac and Socks, kind of like standing off to the side, and you see these three approaching and parting the crowd effectively.
I'm gonna try my game at chance on one of them.
You might want to wait till you're in the inn.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna go into the inn.
Yeah, it seems like the entrance is over here.
Hey, in the
I'm blind.
darkness.
I'm blind.
Are you blind? I can't see. Eh?
Oh, you
Can't
guys
see
can't
over
see
the
anything,
crowd.
really? Oh yeah, you're. Is it?
Hey, it's dark
Aye.
out.
Yeah,
Stop.
the view is really tricky over here.
Yeah, we can see the dark. We see, can't see much else.
It should be on global illumination. That's really weird.
Yeah, no, we can't tell. I could see two tables inside, but I can't tell it's a door.
Door here, maybe? Right here.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Ah, there we go.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll just stick you inside.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, it's not super busy in this inn. There's a few people kind of lurking around. There's one guy like over by the fire warming up their hands. But all in all, it's pretty barren compared to the rest of the docks. Give me a second. So you guys can just try to do your thing in the bar for now while I do something.
Dalafig's just gonna try and find where he get any like alcohol he can get his hands on.
To the bar.
To the bar, yeah.
Yeah, to the bar.
A bar, wayward barrel, whatever's lying around.
We're gonna follow. The bar.
I'm just looking for whoever runs the place to get a room.
Okay, yeah, that's easy enough. You see, like, not, I wouldn't say she's elderly, but an older woman sitting behind a counter, just kind of like scrubbing a mug with a kind of, you're not sure you'd say it's clean rag.
An attempt was made.
An attempt was made, yes.
Alright, I'd like to walk up to the person. Ask for a room.
And she kind of looks at you up, looks you down, nods her head. And there's like a handful, like a couple of coins just sitting on the table in front of her, and she just taps a silver coin.
Alright, I will take out and set a silver on the counter.
Okay. She kind of grunts at you.
Can I secure?
Not much of a
like,
talker,
well-
it seems.
I was gonna say. Ooh.
Hey,
I need to.
we might want to get a room too. I've gone straight to a bar.
Oh.
Pretty much to repeat the same process.
Goria's like sort of like kind of leaning behind Yulia, sort of like staring at the old lady, but more so trying to listen. She's like, I am next in line, and if anybody steals a room before me, I'm gonna put her elbows kind of out ready to see if anybody comes.
Very defensive about this room. I like it.
She has been on boat. She wants
Very
a bed.
tired.
Sort of like, I would like a room for two, though 1.5 will do because he's very small.
I'm tall. For my kind.
The woman kind of smirks and then does the exact thing.
She will take out a single silver and slide it on
She
the
taps
counter
it
for her.
twice because it's for 2 people.
Takes out another single silver,
There you go.
slides it on the counter. Yeah, and she's sort of gonna try and find where Dalafig has gone off to.
Wherever the alcohol is. That's where the alcohol's gone up to.
Yep.
I can't currently see the inside at the moment.
Sure.
I don't know where alcohol would be.
I'm gonna just go ahead and change the.
Oh, thank you. It's definitely running off RP vision.
That's better, I think, maybe. For some reason, like, it's not showing the light very well on my end either, so it's hard to tell what you guys see.
Yeah, I
Right,
can just see
screenshot.
my character can see right now.
And yeah, that's intentional. Like, you're only supposed to be able to see what your character can see. But there are torches and stuff in this place that should be giving off light.
Oh no, like it's bright. It's just
Oh, yeah, it's
the,
bright,
It
it's
is
just-
the only being able to see what your character can see is.
Yeah.
I think is what they meant.
Okay, never mind then. I thought you were saying like it was hard to move around in and
Oh
stuff.
no,
I
it's
was like,
bright.
oh no.
It's bright.
Yeah, it's very bright.
That's what I'm seeing.
You know what? I'm staking my claim. This is the bar.
Hey, this is the bar, is it?
That's the bar.
Yeah, there's tables.
this
There's
is
not really
what
so much a
I'm being-
bar.
Alright, Calytrixia. Fuck off.
Where did I just put her?
On top of me. There you go.
There. And I'm assuming you do the same thing, Mac and Socks, with getting yourself a room?
Yes.
Okay. So that just leaves Calistrix. You kind of show up after, like, you guys are here for a bit. Like, while you're sitting there chilling out, the lady will actually come out with a couple of, like, a platter of food for everyone that paid for a room and set it down on the table. You get a hot meal. It's just like, it's like half like a chunk of bread, some gruel, some vegetables. Like I think they're probably just some kind of beans, and then a little hunk of meat. You're not sure what meat it is, but it's meat.
That would just a little portion for himself.
Oh, it's for every. There's a platter for each person.
Yeah. Okay, well, he'll just swear everything.
You're just like, oh, food.
Yeah. He's a very hungry boy.
Grina surprisingly has manners despite her behavior, and she sort of looks at Dalafig. Goes, I can't take you anywhere, can I, Dala? I
ain't
really
got-
can't, Figgy.
Are you hungry? Are you have nothing to eat?
We haven't had a bed.
Been-
We've had plenty of food. You're
You've
being
been attacked by a
ridiculous.
big silly creature. Boat almost sank, and you're having a go at me again.
That she sort of like raises her fist and gently clonks him on the head before eating her food.
Okay.
Roll strength, knock him out.
That's where that elephant dies. He doesn't know her own strength.
Oh no.
Well, it depends if he's gonna try to make it so you don't hit him. Does he just take it?
And then he takes it.
Yeah.
He just wants to eat and
It's
doesn't
like, I need
care.
my food.
Just let me eat.
Alright, so Calistrix, you finally show up here after a bit.
Yeah.
You wander in, you go up and pay for a room, and you kind of just case the place real quick.
I look around. I eye some people up. Be like, do any of them look like murderers to me?
They're definitely
I don't
rowdy,
play that
that's for
bad.
sure.
Yeah.
Just really scare everyone in there.
Does anybody particularly stand out if she scans over the room?
Not really, actually. Like, I mean, you can tell two of them are clearly sailors. They've got the bearing of it.
I was gonna say, because Grina the only ginger in the room because that might set off a lot of red hair.
The only one that really stands out in the way of, like, standing out is the Alfar,
Yeah.
because they're an Alfar.
Makes sense.
There are Alfar in this area, but most Alfar tend to stick to the upper districts.
Yeah.
But after a bit of kind of like pondering that, you realize that they're Mudgaren, so it instantly clicks. No, they're common folk.
Okay.
Mudgaren are kind of treated like lesser species by most elves.
Goddamn lesser species. But yeah, okay. So, yeah, so she's probably just gonna take a seat somewhere where she has a good view of most of the pub. Or of the inn, and just kind of keep an eye out.
Okay. On that note, I'll go ahead and switch us over to the map page. And I'm not going to bother trying to set up pictures for everybody on this page because oof. So now people that are watching can see the screen that you guys see.
Yeah. I can't even, I can just about see. I don't know if I'm meant to be able to see more whilst in the tavern, but I can't actually
You
see
are,
that much.
it goes off character vision, so you need
Yeah,
to
it's
move
what-
into the
it's
tavern.
what you can see.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
What are they?
Probably,
Well, that's a good bench.
yeah, probably about there. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
bench
there
right
you go.
there.
Yeah, you just kind of sit
You're
over by
welcome.
the fire.
Yeah.
You're in your common clothes, aren't you?
I am.
Okay.
With
No
my
police
leggies.
discrimination.
No.
Fucking bobbies.
Alright, Mazery, you're the last one. You finished kind of walking around the area and casing the place, and it's starting to get darker, so you're a little more in your element now. So it's a little more comfortable. But you're pretty sure what you're after is in this inn.
So basically looked around, seen if there's any kind of inputs and stuff. Anyways, in where I can actually slip in without being seen through the front.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's actually a ladder that seems to go up to the second floor. You could slip in that way.
Is it blinding to me? If I look up the ladder, is it too dark up there for me to see? And by dark, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. No, there is no light on upstairs yet. Nobody's up sleeping.
Okay. Then I will be slipping up the
Okay.
I think I will slip up there.
Go ahead and make
Cover
me a
the
stealth
ladder,
check then.
head up.
Oh yeah, you easily slip up the ladder without making any noise and slink in through a window. Kind of just duck into a room, and the room you enter ends up being like, it's kind of like a hostel style thing. It's 6 beds in one room.
I'm looking around, just seeing if there's anything that's been disturbed recently, so I know roughly how long I have.
Nope, seems like the room's completely empty.
Okay. I'm gonna start looking for notes and stuff. Searching the area. Not disturbing anything, just not touching anything, just reading it from a glance.
Just kind of creeping around. This room looks like it's completely unoccupied currently. So there's nothing really in here, just the beds. And, like, a wash basin.
By the way, Muckshriek is with me, but they're dead silent.
Mm-hmm.
So, keep walking around, searching looking under any of the drawers, shelving units, anything like that. Just keeping an eye out as well towards the door, just in case there's anybody coming in.
Yep, so you're just gonna lay low there for a bit?
Yep.
Alright.
I'm gonna make sure and keep an eye out for any of the corners that are dark enough that I could dip into if necessary.
Okay. Second. What did you say the name of your Muckshriek was?
Papa.
Like P-A-W?
Yep. Usually riding the shoulder.
I heard Popeye for a second there. I got.
Oh, there's many reasons why I chose that name.
So what are the rest of you in the bar doing in the meantime?
Nalafu's gonna try and get himself a drink.
You can easily get yourself a drink.
And then Nalafu's gonna get a drink.
Nope.
And just sort of dip away. Down a little world.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Gurna
Time to
looks over
drink.
and went, "Oi, where's mine?" And then stands up to get her own drink.
Yep.
Hey, it'd be over there then.
Yeah, she just kind of muscles her way through.
Poor Yulia.
Flops herself back down, perhaps like a little heavier than she should on the bench. You know, when like you sit yourself down on a bench, it sort of raises for a second. She's...
Alright, I'm about to pop a thing up on your screen in a second so that the stream and you can both all see what the bird that they have looks like. So when you do see it, you know. That was not the thing I meant to click. I opened it in another window. How do I... There it is, show to player.
It's adorable.
Oh god, wait, they're like ugly but so cute at the same time.
Yeah, stream. That's what the bird that that Mazer has looks like. They're called a Muckshriek, and they are horrendously ugly cute.
As Gurna sips at her drink, she's humming "Blow the Man Down," by the way.
Good choice.
Yes, of course. Like occasionally going, way, hey. Just sort of finishes the lyric into her mug. Just like little bubbles coming up. And then
Dathik just sort of like very low key, like tapping along, like his little foot just tap, tap, tap.
Yeah.
Are they all sitting at the same table, by the way?
It looks like most of you are.
It looks like it, right?
Delphic's
Oh,
kind of
which-
over in the other room for some
I'm just-
reason.
Dathik's not a social boy at the moment. He's just I want to drink and I want to
If
sleep.
that's the case, Lorna like puts her tankard down with a slam, as though like to gather the others' attention at the table, and she's gonna like, "So where you lot come from then?"
Well, I'm a local.
And
Oh, I don't know. Just trying to make my day go by.
narrows her eyes at Yulia. They're just waiting for a response.
Yeah, I think Anger's on the phone still.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Seeing that Yulia is really deep in
Full.
daydreaming, she leaves him alone.
She's just like cats cradling over there.
Silva's gonna ask Rene if she wants to play a game of cards.
Here, I'll put her up over there.
No. Grona looks over her shoulder because she's excited.
back.
She's excited about cards. Like, Dolphin, come play cards with us, buddy.
Hey, it doesn't sound like a fun time. But I get to drink
Dolphin.
whilst I do it.
Aye, you get to drink. Bring the
Aye,
bloody mug
that's
over.
fine. That's fine then. He sort of trots himself over and flops back down onto the bench.
Alright, I'm back. I was on the
Welcome back.
phone.
Yep.
Took
Come back.
That's why I moved you off to the other so you weren't sitting at the same table for the time being.
Okay.
So, and how are you guys gonna play cards? Like, what do you?
I'm gonna put a silver on the table and offer up a game of a gambling game to him.
Oh, Grona shrugs and she
Dead man's hand.
Oh.
I
Hi,
think-
intelligence 0. She puts 2 silvers on the table.
That sort of just slides one silver over. That you can tell that he doesn't want to, but he's just sort of going along with it
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because he's been asked.
Alright, so basically, you guys are just, like I said, the game is called Dead Man's Hand. It's a common sailor card game. That's a good choice for this, since they're both sailors.
Oh, hey. The smell of sea salt.
So, Silva
You're all-
deals out the deck to everybody, and for lack of a way to go about this, like, it's not a complicated game. We'll just basically say that it's like war, but they call it Dead Man's Hand because they're sailors, and that's what they do. So basically, you literally just deal the deck out in thirds, and then each person has to like throw a card down off the top after they shuffle it, and or like is it off the top or no? You can pick any card you have in your hand, and then just try to beat the other two cards. But each one has to be put down face down and then flipped over, kind of thing. So it's just a game of chance, basically. Like, who is my card bigger than yours? I'm assuming. Do either of the other of you two have proficiency in card games?
I don't think so.
No.
I very much do not know.
Okay then. So you're just gonna go ahead and roll me some base wisdom checks.
Hey, wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
How do I roll wisdom again? I just click on
Click
it.
wisdom.
Yep. Click the word wisdom. Not the saving throw though. The actual attribute.
Yeah. Oh, ah! Oh no.
Very good. A whole 8.
Wait for
That's better.
fucking eye.
And then Mac, you get to roll your cards using dexterity. No, you'd be using intelligence because you're yeah.
My turn.
Still beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys go through the whole game, and like every time you guys throw down a high card, Silva's card seems to be really low, so that you were gonna win no matter what. Every time you guys throw down anything kind of medium, Silva's card always seems to be higher. They lose a few times. It's not completely fallible. They lose a few hands, but overall, for the whole game, they win. And they scoop the coins off the table.
I never liked this game.
It's because we're alive. We're not dead mans. And Grina's gonna briefly sniff one of the cards. She decides it smells okay and like slides it back over.
They smell like cards.
Alright, Silva just takes their cards and puts them back in their pouch with a smile on their face.
I told you we shouldn't have played this style thing, and she.
You're like you fucking dare. You call me over and tell me to drink, and you call me over and now I'm 1 silver. You owe me a silver.
I owe you silver. Your handle. Not my fault. A lady luck. It's not on your side.
Ain't my fucking fault with that. Elephant just sort of goes back sipping his drink begrudgingly. Like passive aggressively sipping his drink.
Alright, so now that you're done with your card game, you guys are just kind of chilling out. Do you want to, like, just make small talk? What are you doing? Calistrix, are you joining in on the affairs, or are you just kind of keeping your post?
And I'm watching, yeah. She's
Being lurky?
She's working, technically. Yeah.
Yulia, what about you? Once you finish your meal?
I'll probably go over to Calatrix, since he's the other quiet one, just kind of just seemingly watching like anyone else is, and ask him if there's any tailors in the area, just to like kind of just planning out what to do tomorrow.
Okay.
Or anything, places of interest, and places to stay away from.
Bloody
Can I just
tourist.
play like a quiet song on my flute?
Okay.
I didn't know quiet and flute mixed.
So yeah, Calistrix,
quiet.
this
Well,
young girl,
Isn't not like I'm being around on a drum.
younger girl, I think, right, Anger?
Taking a banging around on the drum. Groina doesn't know the beat of the song, but she's gonna tap her hand on the table when she thinks appropriate.
Okay.
What'd you say, Axel?
I was saying, your character is younger, right? Like on the younger end?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
22.
Calatrix, this younger-looking human girl walks up to you and starts, like, asking you about if you know of any tailors in the area. Or any other, like, notable spots to avoid or go to. They're clearly, like, not a local, you can tell.
Well, you do have the tailors up by North Street. They're a little bit pricey though, if I'm honest with you. They're not actually that good quality. Sometimes I think maybe there is something shady going on there. So maybe not that one. Down by Baker Street, you got the tailors there. They're quite nice. It's a nice old lady named Guinevere. She makes very nice clothes. But I don't.
Anything on the quality?
The other
from
one
what I
that
have,
comes up, like,
as I gesture to what I'm wearing.
the notable one that you know of course, though, Calatrix, is up in the upper districts. There's the fashion district. There's a whole district for it. But that's in the upper districts.
And then there was like a light bulb moment, like you kind of see her face light up, and he goes, "Oh, and you do of course have the fashion district, which might be it is a good place if you want to find plenty of clothing of your design, if you wish."
How would I get there?
You take main street from Port. You walk for about 15 minutes. Take a right on George Street, and then you will realize when you see the fashion district, it is quite pompous.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your help and your time.
No problem, friend.
I'll leave you back to.
I need to
I'll
actually get
go-
the city map to you guys. Like, it's not completely 100% accurate, but in the way of like just scale, so you can see how god fucking massive this city actually is.
Yeah, and then Calatrix just kind of goes back to like looking like some semi-zoned out loner in the corner.
Yep. It's the loner corner.
Where all the cool kids hang out.
So yeah, you guys spend some time just kind of whittling away the hours, playing instruments, hanging out. If you want, Mac, you can go ahead and roll me a musical instrument check.
Okay.
Charisma, I guess, would work.
Wouldn't it be a performance check?
Oh yeah, or yeah, just straight up a performance check. Same thing either way that way.
Can Garona do that for her tapping to see how in tune she is?
Sure.
Here it comes. She's a baby. So upbeat.
No.
Not surprisingly.
Oh, I'm a drummer, baby.
But as the night starts to kind of darken and more customers come in, the place fills up pretty good. And you guys are kind of just hanging out, and Mac, it sucks, your character ends up making a few, like, 7 more coppers doing that. People are like, hey, and throw it into like a little plot thing you've set up, I'm sure. But eventually it starts to quiet down again after the camaraderie of all these random customers, and you guys all just kind of spend the night hanging out and getting to, like, just, you know, bar stuff. So for those that are drinking, you're pretty sloshed by the time you head upstairs.
Oh, hell
As I should be.
yeah.
So you all go up to retire for the night to the room that you all bought, and it's the big communal room with 6 beds.
I shay.
Listening. Listening and dipping into corner.
You could always just jump into a bed if you wanted.
There should be a corner that we were mentioning. The corners are probably dark enough, I guess.
Oh, the whole place is dark right now. Nobody's got any light unless they're bringing one up with them.
Oh, that's right. Under a bed.
Or I was saying in a bed, like they don't know you're not a customer.
Oh, that's true.
The most obvious
Would I
place to
know that
hide is
now?
is sometimes the best.
Yeah, dipping into a bed would probably be the safest bet.
Yep, you just tuck yourself into a bed real quick, and nobody will be the wiser.
Garona's gonna stake her claim on one of the beds. He'll plop her butt down. It bounces on it a couple times. Scáthbhaile, and it's just dead seriousness in her eyes. It's kind of like, I shite.
I shay.
I shite.
The other thing's just sort of like sauntering, mumbling like under his breath. Like you can tell he's not happy with how like sharing rooms with everyone. He just sort of flops down on the bed, not even putting a blanket over him or anything. Just flops down, like face first.
And of course, the end map that I have here isn't accurate. It doesn't have a room with 6 beds, but it does have a room with 5.
Good
Oh.
enough.
That'll do.
Yeah. Mine.
In we go, lads.
I'd actually say you're probably on the map. Oh,
Alright.
I hit 2 buttons at the same time, so it stopped me. You'd probably be in this big room in the back corner. It's the biggest room, but it doesn't have beds on the map, so that's fine.
And
That one.
Yeah, that one. That is a bed right here.
8 is what it is.
RP bed.
8.
and I will take the sheet off of the bed first, and then wrap it around me, and then lay down to.
So you kind of clean it off a bit.
Yeah.
First two, you're like,
brush it off, and then
it's
to
dirty.
reduce any risk.
Oh, Garna's just gonna get into bed, boots and all. She doesn't take a boot, so she just...
Oh no, Dalifig is fully clothed too. He's just flops down.
The Caltrix is still downstairs, yeah?
No, at some point they start to close up the place, so the old lady kind of
Right,
just
okay.
grunts at you and points upstairs, like, get your ass up
Yeah.
there.
The Caltrix like, okay.
Because you're a customer as far as anybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
keep
she
None
going.
of
also
these
end up in
snorty.
the? Did she also end up in the big communal room?
Yep.
Wonderful.
Because everybody else went to bed first.
Yeah, so she will take whichever bed is left,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
but
growing up.
not actually sleep. Just pretend to sleep because.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a
Alright.
murderer on the loose.
So you all either pretend or go to sleep. Sleepy noises.
Yeah, does
music.
Dalifix snore? I feel like Dalifix snores up a ruckus.
Dalifix snores like a motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure you snore too.
Dalifix is used to see where people don't wake up because they just hear waves, so just snores his head off.
Mariner is also a loud sleeper. Two loud snores in the corner.
Great.
Just what you want.
I don't like that music change, I'm scared. Like when you get a save checkpoint right before a boss.
Alright.
Alright, it's getting worse.
So go ahead, Calistrix and Mazery both, I guess. Go ahead and roll me Constitution checks,
Oh shizzle.
just to see if you stay up.
Fuck's sake.
You're asleep.
Nation's
Meh.
finest.
Crappiest copper, no.
That couldn't have gone better. So yeah, Calistrix is out. Mazery, you're still kind of like half. You haven't slept super well, so sitting up, just laying in a bed, you're immediately like, oh god. This is the
Yeah.
most comfortable thing you've slept on in a while. You're still like in that kind of hazy, not really asleep, but everybody else is out.
I'm guessing it's. I'm concerned, I guess, because my meaning for being there, in terms of looking around for information and stuff, for me to be so hit by drowsiness. I don't know. I
Concern.
guess not concerned, more of just, would I feel unsettled?
I wouldn't say so much unsettled, just a matter of like fatigue catching up to you.
So long times under, not actually getting the
The
Okay.
proper amount of rest, yeah. And also just an uncomfortable living situation.
Mm-hmm.
Having an actual bed, even if it's not a great bed, is still a moment of like, oh. But you're all resting away, except for Mazery, who's still half awake. Mazery, for you, this is actually an interesting thing. There's not... It's hard to say, like... How do I explain this in Dubkatha terms? So for reference for everybody that doesn't know and is watching, the Dubkatha are a species of people who are cursed to never know the touch of light. So they can't see light. Light is... They're literally... It's like... It's their darkness. But they see darkness. Their body adapted to the curse, and they can now see the dark. So it's kind of a reversal for them. So the best way to describe this is luminous darkness comes through the windows, kind of rousing you from your dreary, your like half drowsy state.
Is it anything it wouldn't be anything I've seen before. I wouldn't have.
No, it's nothing. It's like nothing you've seen before. Like it's darkness because you can see it, but it like illuminates the room almost. There's a odd quality of like a color tinge to it that isn't there for normal darkness.
Whereabouts? So the window is where on this?
There'd be a couple of small windows on the wall. Yeah, about there.
Okay. If this is the case, I'm guessing where I am. I can roll from the bed over.
Yeah, you can look out the window.
Yeah, look at the window, but not knowing why kind of unsettles me.
Yeah, so you kind of peer out the window and you can see these like strange, like glinting forms of darkness, like little motes of unlight floating around outside. About 5 of them. Each no bigger than a torch light, like just sitting there, giving off emanating this unlight.
Nothing
like I said,
moving
it's
towards me,
just
I'm
glowing darkness.
Do they seem like any kind of creature? Like, do they react to?
They are moving,
like...
but they don't seem to react to you specifically. They're just moving.
Okay, moving closer to the
Yes.
window.
Not to the window specifically, but to this building. Yes. They seem to be coming out of like that alleyway that was behind here, and heading towards the building behind these bushes.
Something like that it doesn't match what normally happens in this area. So that's a key sign. Going to start slowly walking quietly towards the door.
You could always go for the window, but then you'd be popping out right to where it's
Going
at.
towards it. That's the problem. And for something that doesn't make sense, that isn't the same as what it is before, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna start creeping towards the door.
Yes.
This is when all of you, and I do mean all of you, hear a voice. But you don't hear a voice. You hear it within yourself. This voice has this strange, alien, sonorous quality to it as it echoes from within your own mind. Welcome back. And it's almost like a whisper. And it says, why? Why must it be this way? You are my brethren.
They all hear this in their sleep, right?
You all hear this in your sleep, but as soon as you hear it in your sleep, it's like just a snap and you're out of sleeping. You're awake and you're aware that wasn't in your dream.
Mm.
It's like when you do the falling dream thing, where you're just like suddenly awake. You're like, whoa!
Don't remind me of those.
Those are the worst.
I woke up with a bloody nose from one of those one time.
Wow, that's so weird. So the case corn is gonna like and sit her ass up.
Yeah, Mazer, you're trying to creep across the room and then suddenly everybody wakes up.
Reaction. As a quick notice of the as they're rousing, am I able to find anything? I'm near the door. The door's shut, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm diving into a corner, right about here. You're
just kind of finding somewhere to hide, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide. Let me just check.
And then a moment after that first voice, another voice, different, distinct, still very alien. And this one, unlike the first one was like a breath of warm, fresh summer air. It stunk of humidity. And don't ask me how a voice stinks, but it did. Everything about that voice was warm and welcoming and pleasant. But there was fear in it. This second voice is blood-curdling and like cold, and you feel chills run through your spine as soon as you hear it. Every single syllable it speaks is said slowly with purpose. Like it's carefully placing the words together because you get the feeling whatever it is, it's not speaking in a language you actually speak, but it's somehow you understand it nonetheless. And that with it comes the smell of decay.
Canatrix kind of sit up at this and just kind of look around.
And the voice, again, as I said, it whispers slowly. The time is here. It matters not who you are. You betrayed us, your own kind. You carry, or you hid, something that is a threat, not to just me, but all of our kind. Why have you betrayed us? It matters not, though. I must do as I have been told to do. And thus, you end, summer, and I begin. Anybody want to roll me a history check?
I can do.
Yeah, if you want to roll a history check, go for it. If not, that's fine.
This will be the one thing I roll high. Not really.
Mazory's got it.
Nice.
I did it.
Let's go.
Jellyfig, Mazory, and Silva. Funny enough, you didn't think about it before because why would it wouldn't really come up. It's the autumn equinox.
The what?
The autumn equinox. The first day of autumn, effectively. Like the spring equinox, but it's the fall version.
So in terms of the day and the transition at the maximum where it's equal,
Yeah,
both day and night are equal.
It's the day that the sun crosses the equator at an equal point. Twice a year. But culturally, it's more significant than, of course. In every culture. Because it marks the beginning of the days getting shorter and the sun going down faster and the days getting colder because of that. Anyways, the voices stop after that, but you can still feel their presence, and there's those smells now are actually present. You can actually smell the mixture of this warm, humid smell and decay coming from outside. What do you do?
Dalif's gonna kind of go over it, groin and be like, "Hey, did you hear that?"
Oh, I thought it was a dream, but of course it's not a dream. I didn't feel like a dream. I did hear it. I don't like it though.
Didn't sound like a dream either.
It didn't sound like a dream. Sort of calls out to presume the others in the communal room. She's like, "But do you hear it as well, everyone?"
Yeah.
Yes.
And she's rubs the back of her arm. She's like, "Oh, that's creepy. I don't like that. I don't like that."
You know what it is?
I know what it is. I've spent me last 10 bloody years on a fucking boat. I've barely seen land. You think I know you? I'm not even from here. What do you mean? Stumbling over her words, can't finish a sentence. As she's never really come across smelly breath. Well, I mean, yeah, but smelly breath, bodiless voices.
I have lived here.
Hey, cough it up, get it out. Hey.
They need a drink.
You
I'm gonna
know,
try that one again.
I have lived here for a long time, and I do not think I've ever heard voices like that before.
No, you have not experienced anything quite like
uh,
this before.
I sure hope you haven't. Is there
I'm
anyone else in here with us that would have spoken to us?
Oh, that reminds me. I just completely spaced on it until now. Your bird starts freaking out because it heard it too.
Oh shit.
The bird just like lets out this blood-curdling screech. And I don't mean like a bird screech. I mean a human screech. It sounds like you just heard a person get stabbed to death. And it kind of echoes around the room because you're in a closed room, and that bird is loud.
I'm gonna
Nice.
cover up my ears as we hear this.
I'm
this
gonna
screeching noise.
I'm gonna stand up at a bed and get against the wall or something so I can
Thank you for
so
reminding
nothing will be behind me, type of thing. Looking around,
Very
hoping I don't
nice.
get stabbed.
And covers her ears for a second, but like, even in this weird situation, she thinks of the old lady's well-being. She's like, there's an old lady in some freaky voice, and now a scream. She's very concerned for the old lady.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me that I forgot completely that the fucking pawpaw is not a Dubcatha. Thank you so
No.
much. I completely forgot that. Yes, you guys can see it even if I'm hiding. I am an
That was-
idiot.
Just a floating bird, and she's like,
Well, they can see you now. Like, if any of them turn on a light, they'll be able to see you quite clearly because you're just hugging the wall. You're not like magically
But in the dark.
invisible.
No. I was in the darkness. As long as there's darkness.
Yeah, you're just better at hiding
I can
in
attempt
darkness.
to hide better. Yeah. But I forgot that. Yeah, the bird's not me. So.
gonna hide
Of
under
course
your
it's good.
clothes.
Yeah. So I'm probably hiding away from it until the light turns on.
Hearing the scream, Dalphys just like jump out of bed and like look around, like just standing in the position, just darting around, like his eyes around, trying to see anything in the
Okay.
darkness.
And as the loud noise goes off, though, one of that blood curdling voice again goes. They have roused. No matter. They will go back to sleep. And as the voice says that, you start to feel drowsy instantly. But you don't fall asleep immediately. But you immediately are like, oh god.
Can I flicker the lantern and do the signal as I start to feel drowsy again?
You'd have to get downstairs with me.
It's the one on the front of the building,
Downstairs?
yeah.
Do we not have one in the window? Yeah.
No.
Okay, well,
No signal
There-
for you.
there's that plan.
But as that's happening, the other voice again, this time it speaks more direct. Like, you feel like it's a little more directly speaking to you, and it goes, rouse. I sense you, mortals. I know you are aware I am here. I am speaking to you. They cannot hear me. Not he. They. I need your assistance. I will perish in a moment here. Come to me. Take something. You must keep it safe. I implore you. And then there's a second later, you hear this loud crash on the wall kind of shake as something is pushed into it. And the voice in your head makes it like a pained grunt.
Are they still feeling drowsy, or
Nope, you were awake again. The minute he said rouse, you were like, oh, what? What was happening? Why was I tired all of a sudden?
Gwen is standing up and she's grabbing her bag and she's like, I don't know about anybody else, but I want to leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting
I-
dressed and get ready.
I don't know this voice. I don't know what he wants. I don't know what I'm supposed to take care of. But I am not mother material. My mother said so myself.
Well, the easiest way out from this floor would actually be the ladder where Mazery came up.
Okay, no,
So
I
do you
didn't
guys want to
know
try to
that,
make your
so-
way out quickly? Because if you go downstairs, the door is going to be locked, so you're not going to be able to get out that way. They're locked up, unless you want to wake up the owner. Your best bets to get out right now are windows.
Wait, how did the owner not wake up to the blood curdling scream?
They probably did for a second, but then they were told to go back to sleep.
She's a heavy
Oh,
sleeper.
right. Yeah, so if they're told to go sleep.
Everybody else probably went. It seems like whatever that voice did, everybody else fell asleep immediately, but you guys were kept up by the other one.
Can Corona go see where the old lady's resting? Or is she?
The owner, she's not in the upper floor area.
Is there a physical? I mean, oh well, it's dark, so I guess you can't see. I was gonna say, like, is there a physical indent in the wall from where the crash was?
Not on the second floor.
Oh, okay.
Callie's she's gonna get up and have a little peruse around and just make sure that like doesn't really say much to anybody else, but she does just kind of just check the premises, make sure that there's nobody lurking about.
You kind of
You
get
know,
up
'cause
and
blood curdling
run around the
screams,
the second
you know?
floor and look around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
nobody
to-
else
just
seems to be awake.
kind of parole the second floor. Okay. She'll come back to kind of the communal room after looking around, and she's like, "Do not think anybody else is heard our voices."
I saw this room is all crazy, is what you're saying, and we should go back to bed because there is clearly nothing. Don't believe in
Well,
no ship curse. I don't believe in no bodiless
Scáthbhaile does
voices.
have many serial killers.
It's a very loud scream. I don't think
And you
going
know
to bed.
what, Dalafig? It's none of my business. Keeping me knife close.
I ain't going to bed. You can fuck off. We just sort of kind of like try and see what everyone else is doing.
Have
Like, just
any of
watch
us
the
looked
room.
out the window?
Not since Mazery did earlier.
I'm gonna take a look out the window again, see if there's
Okay.
anything going on.
So you go over to the window and peer out, and you can see it's very dark, but there's these strange motes of like glimmering bluish purple color that are kind of illuminating the area in the backyard, and you can see one figure who seems like when you have to look like straight down out the window to see it, but the person, like whatever this thing is that's been hit, they are still like leaned up against the side of the building, and there seems to be a big like gash wound on their chest.
I'm gonna turn to the loudmouth sailors and tell them what I see.
Brian's gonna rush up to a window and kind of like press their nose up against it.
And Dalafig's gonna basically do the same.
Yeah, so you guys can see what's out there now.
I'm just gonna go stand behind them and kind of not put much
Everybody
effort into
talk.
looking. I'm gonna stand back away from the window, but just enough to look out.
Basically, they're
So
distracted.
yeah. Oh, Calatrix obviously had a good look around then. Nobody else really seems to have
Nope.
heard anything. And then out of the window we saw what, a man?
They did, yeah. They can see some strange. You can't say it a man. It's something humanoid,
Right, okay.
maybe.
Right.
But it's being it got a big gash wound on its chest and been slammed into the wall. And then there's some glowing, floaty things.
Right. Presumably, the innkeeper, it has some sort of. Did the police set up anything in case of an emergency for Calatrix to get, her weapons?
Lantern.
I mean, you would have had your personal weapon with you, but I'm sure.
Okay. So
You guys have all got your gear, like.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't 100% sure.
You just don't have your uniform on, like, with you.
Yeah.
necessarily.
Okay. So Calatrix is gonna kind of walk over to like the crowd and peer through the window as well, so she just sees kind of a humanoid figure. Is it kind of looking towards the window?
No, it's on the wall. You can't really. You can only see the front, like half of them, because of the angle.
Oh, it's on the wall.
Yeah. So you can only kind of see the front part of them, where and you can clearly see blood, even though that blood does not seem to be
Slammed
red.
into the wall. What do you mean creepy? It's horrifying.
Yeah, that is horrifying.
Protect and
Is there
serve.
an overhang? How big's the window?
You could fit through it if you wanted to, but that would literally drop you right down on top of it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you immediately afterwards if there was some sort of tiled overhang.
There is enough of an overhang that you could like. There is a laddered entrance to the second floor.
Right. You can try and like, she's like, excuse me, sorry, excuse me, and then try and like lean out of the window to get a better view.
Sure. I'm gonna go ahead and just put you on the ladder spot outside for now.
Yeah, that's fine.
But a quick question: he's like skewered by something against the wall, right? Or is he just like stuck there from force?
You can't tell. Whatever's attacked him is you can't see it, or it's not there anymore.
Finally use rope in D&D.
I think I want to like light my lantern and start heading outside.
You'd have to go out the same way as Calistrix did.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll follow him.
So, can she? Yeah. So she's gonna just keep. She's got a spear kind of in tow, just at the ready. Or it's a glaive technically. She's got a glaive in tow. And she's kind of leaning out of the window, and you've just moved me to the ladder entrance, or
if you wanted to lean out the window, you'd still be kind of back where they were. But if you actually went down the ladder, it would bring you down here.
Yeah, I guess I go down the ladder to get a proper investigation.
Yeah, down on the other side of these bushes.
Yeah, and the young humanoid is following me. Is that the one that was
the Alfar?
Yeah. So Calitrix, yeah, she's kind of don't worry, I will handle it. You just stay behind me. And then she kind of starts.
Yeah. Okay.
Starts walking.
You kind of like you're behind these bushes, so you can't really like they can't see you or what you would assume like you're kind of hidden behind this big bush right now.
Yeah.
Is anybody else doing anything else to go outside or whatnot?
Grona would have turned around and realized people left, and she kind of like goes, "Wait, don't leave me."
Dalethic's just gonna follow wherever Grona goes.
Just stay still for a second. I'll drag you out.
Oh, okay.
The rest of you too, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's also gonna untuck a small dagger that she just keeps kind of like in a dagger hold around her leg, but it's like covered by her knee-high boots. So
Mac, when you get outside, you realize you're trying to like sneak up behind a bush here, so you kind of snuff your lantern. Like turn it down to almost out, but not all the way, because that's not a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Calitrix is obviously a bit further ahead of everybody else, and she's just kind of look behind her at them, and just kind of raise a finger to her lips, and kind of stay low as she tries to like peek around the bush.
Yeah. So now you can kind of get a better look at what's going on. There's these strange moats that you can now see. Should all be able to see those.
Yeah.
Let me actually move the map up on the stream. And if anybody has Arcana, they can go ahead and try to roll that to kind of get an idea of what these things might be.
Calitrix, clueless, my dude.
Yeah, me too.
Yikes.
Yikes, indeed.
I tried.
I mean, yeah, you tried. But they're definitely not natural. You can tell that much with a 9. Those don't come from nature. And then there's the larger figure, which I say larger and I mean it. Like, this thing is about 10 feet tall.
I can just barely see the token.
Yep. You can barely see them in the dark.
Or can she keep kind of shimmying around? Actually, can she try and go through the bush?
Yep.
very carefully.
Yep, go ahead and roll stealth.
Oh no. Okay, here we
Oh
go.
no, here we go.
Dun,
Not
dun,
bad.
dun. Hey.
You
Decent.
creep into the bush.
E. E. Okay. So what can she see?
Okay, go into the heavier part of the bush.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn up the light a little bit on these things. They have variable light, so they can do that.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Oh,
So yes, this
Don't
figure
laugh.
is about 10 feet tall with a massive rack of like long antlers, wearing a very like yellow goldish colored like dress gown thing. Their face is completely featureless with no mouth to speak of, and their fingers are like probably 15 inches long and end in points.
are his antlers like natural part of him, or are they like a hat?
They seem to be part of the body.
Okay.
And the being has now like not impaled on the wall, but definitely like shoved up against it, and there's this big like gash wounds across their chest, and this blackish purple ichor is dripping out of the wound.
Does it seem to be breathing?
Yes, it does seem to be still alive because it's moving. It's like it's kind of grabbing the wound on its chest with its hands, and it's looking straight forward. Like its face is pointing straight forward, even though it has no eyes, and looking at something. But there doesn't seem to be anything that you guys can see there. And it like kind of like you can feel like it senses you there, like it peers towards you, but it doesn't actually move its head. You just get that weird feeling like you know it knows.
Aletrix is gonna sit there for about 5 minutes in case something happens.
Oh, something's happening.
Okay.
The area in front of it suddenly kind of shifts and ripples as if like a very like fine silken veil is being pulled aside. And as that happens, a creature comes appearing out of nowhere in front of it. And this one is really big. Like, for a sense of scale, some of you that are more foreign, you've seen what elephants are like. This thing is about that size. It's big, it's got like 10 limbs, they're all arms. And it's just kind of scrabbling across the ground. Again, another featureless face, weird sinewy hair, and each hand ends in long, elongated claws. And as soon as it becomes visible, that stench of decay just it magnifies. But it's not like, I'm not talking like flesh decay, I'm talking like natural decay. Like fungus and like that rotten moisture smell.
Karina's gonna fall on her ass.
As it becomes available again, it grabs the smaller one by the throat with 3 of its hands. And kind of gets real close up to its face. And you can kind of feel like there's an exchange happening there, but you can't hear it. And then it just suddenly tears all of its hands away with like this rending motion, and the other one falls to the ground in a heap. And the big thing kind of turns on all these weird like very spidery in its movements, but like there's too many limbs for a spider, so it's even more awkward and weird to watch. And as it turns, you again, this time the voice kind of lulls about through the whole area. You can hear it again. It's just like commanding to something else, probably smaller motes. And it's like, destroy the body, leave nothing. Traitors do not return to Arcadia. And then the rippling effect happens again as it starts to walk away, and it just disappears from sight. And you can hear it as it like climbs up the side of the building behind it, and is just gone. And then the little motes of light just kind of start circling.
I think we should give him a hand there, Caltrix.
Hey.
Halitrix is going to lunge at one of the moats and try hitting it.
All right.
It's destroying evidence.
Guess what time it is, kid?
Buddy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Time to roll initiative.
Here we go.
Now.
If you click on your token before you roll initiative, it will pop up into the box immediately.
But do I get a surprise round before initiative?
We'll have to see if they notice you coming first.
Okay.
Why is initiative not a fully round number?
I don't know. I wasn't
It's a
gonna question it.
tiebreaker in case people have the same numbers.
Oh.
Uh,
Where is it? I'm very
Uh,
blind.
Very
look on my
center.
screen. Yeah, the very
Like
center.
right with your HP and stuff.
Like here, next to armor class.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so click on my
If you
token
click your
first.
token, yeah.
Okay, cool. And
You are like.
I'm a slow boy.
All right.
And just because to be clear, there's the one that was pushed against the wall with gushing ichor out of his chest, and then the tall dude that
Yeah.
got ripped into pieces.
No, the tall dude was the one that was pushed into the wall.
Oh, okay. And when
Did
He
he
got
got
ripped
actually,
into pieces.
He
and
got
he's
ripped open.
been- He's completely dead now.
It
'cause he's
seems
in,
like it, yeah. He's been ripped open. Like,
Right
the
here.
thing grabbed him by the throat with 3 of its clawed hands and then rent outward from there.
Okay.
Just
Gotcha.
ripped his chest and neck open. His, her, it. Okay, good. They did all add.
But did they notice her?
I will check in a second. What was your stealth?
It was
15.
15.
Just noticed you then. There won't be a
Motherfuckers.
surprise round.
Yeah.
That said, 3 of them go before you, so they're gonna just start attacking the corpse before you guys get to go. So the first 3 only attack the corpse, then it's your guys. So first of you is Mazery.
Okay. I see position. I guess I'm seeing looking towards them right now. Readying a short bow.
Yeah, the directional of the token doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. Pulling short bow, going to try and target this one. Should be within range, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, easily.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
have
you
a
can
long
use
range.
a ruler as well.
Yeah, you might want to move away from out of the line of the bush though, as firing through a bush could disrupt it.
Like there?
Yeah, that would work.
Okay. I'm gonna fire with wait. Okay, so this is a question. Sneak attack does not work unless there's an enemy within range of it, right?
Unless you had advantage for any other reason, yes.
No, I don't think I have advantage for it.
You could also basically like do a ready action where you ready to fire when somebody else moves up to them.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna
Okay.
ready action to fire on this one.
All right. We go to Silva. Which, if you want, I can give you your lantern back now. Now that you've gone into the fight, there's no reason to keep it turned out.
Oh, I can see. I couldn't even see anyone next to me.
Yeah, if you want to keep moving more, Mazer, you can get out of the light. You'd probably want to move up towards the building, yeah. First battle! Hypers. Silva rushes up to that. Alright, so as soon as you get up there, before you continue your turn, Mazery's ready action triggers, so she can immediately make her attack. And since there's a friendly there, you don't get advantage, but you can sneak attack.
Oh shit, I was supposed to hit sneak attack then.
No, you don't have to hit that separately. Like, okay, so you got it. That hits. So you just click the
So
word
now
short
I
bow in
what?
chat.
Okay.
And then you add your sneak attack damage.
I presume we all see an arrow shoot
Yeah.
into the thing. Ah, okay.
So you did 11 points of damage.
Achoo.
The arrow kind of sinks into it and then this like disintegrates as it stays in the body of this weird mote of
That
light.
ain't good.
Alright, now Silva, you can continue.
Alright. Was that one still up then?
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna be might be caught a little off guard by this arrow flying out, but I'm gonna focus on the target and strike.
Alright. Your side sword? A 12 does not quite make impact. So you take a swing at it and the thing kind of just like flits over your blade and around it. Almost taunting you.
Alright. I don't think I can do much else right now.
You could use a bonus action to inspire somebody, but other than that, nah, you're pretty much good. But green, however you say it, I can't words.
Hey, I mean, Granny's kind of glad she saw the arrow, because, you know, she herself the ranger, and she's like, oh, I don't think, like, I'm gonna have to whack this with my bedroll, aren't I? Like, an arrow's not gonna hurt a piece of light. She's, come around to, like, here. She's, like, crouching with her back and maybe her right shoulder in the bush, but she's, like, peeking out of it. Just,
Okay.
like, giving herself some cover in the nature around her.
Actually, I should ask that. Mac, is Silva carrying the lantern with her, or did she just set it down and go to attack?
I was just thinking about that, and I'll probably left it on the ground by the bush.
Okay, so there it is. So what's Grain doing?
And she's actually, I'm gonna spend this turn loading my crossbow, and she kind of yells to Sylvia, who is in her line of fire. She's kind of like, oi, move out the way if you don't want to get shot.
Oh, you can shoot into melee just fine.
Hmm?
You can shoot into melee fine.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
And crossbows, they have the loading quality, so you don't actually have to spend time to load them specifically.
Oh, okay, I have read that wrong then.
Loading just means you can't fire it more than once in the same turn.
Yeah, okay. Then if that's the case, she lifts her crossbow and I'm gonna go take a hit.
Yeah, you say that and like Silva just kind of ducks out of the way for a second while you fire.
Yeah. I feel like she'd still try and make sure.
That hits?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I click crossbow.
Yep, in the chat box, the word crossbow will turn red
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
mouse over it, and then it just bam. Another 2. Wow.
Ultimate damage.
Oh, you're not
I am
adding your. Do you not have a dexterity modifier?
I don't think I added that. And the
Is that yeah? It's not adding anything. It's just the dice. So whatever your dex mod is also added to that.
yeah, it's 5. Dex mode. No, it's
Really?
3. I'm
I was gonna say
stupid.
plus. So you did total of.
Yes.
With that, the second bolt flies into it again. This thing like you hit it and it starts to disintegrate the bolt, and the light kind of sputters and flickers out.
Yeah, with that, she's just gonna like sink her back into the bushes.
And reload.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and reload.
The moat that's down here goes now, and it's gonna come at Silva. And Silva, it flies through, or it floats through you, unpleasantly.
Yeah.
And when it does that, it literally goes straight through your chest. And you just feel this nasty like chill run through your entire body. And you take 2 points of necrotic damage.
Ugh.
Oh, goody.
And then the dead one's now gone, so that doesn't matter. It's Yulia's turn. Did anger be again?
I have no clue.
Dogs are barking.
Okay,
Anyway,
so yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah. I will see. Oh, let me read these. Is there a better way to read spells other than like expanding the edit, by the way?
In a different area, maybe in the actual SRD, like the compendium or whatever. There's no real good way to read them on Roll20 specifically.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a good thing to have another site open for spells or like a PDF or something.
Yeah.
Being a spellcaster is suffering.
Oh. Let's see. I will cast Bless. And this would be on Caltrix, Green, and Sylvia. As the three targets.
That my hopes have flown before, and the bird said, "Nevermore."
And let's see, that would be a. I guess I just click on it to roll.
Yep. In the attack thing, yeah. Not the spell. Which
Wait,
spell
in the
is it
attack
you're
thing.
doing?
Bless.
Okay, so Bless. You don't even have... Yeah, you just roll the spell then. Go ahead. Who are you picking as your 3 target?
Caltrix, Green, and Silva.
Okay, so you 3 each gain the effects
That's
of
not what I wanted
Bless.
to do. How do I... Wait, what? It just showed the thing, not did the roll. I'm so confused.
There is no roll. They roll when they do the thing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, they add a d4.
Yeah.
For up to a minute.
Can we do it more than once?
Up to... unless it says it expires, yes.
Okay.
Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends. So yeah, you make one roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw. So you all know Blessed. And it's concentration based though, so if Anger's character gets hit, they might lose it and it might fizzle.
Blessed.
Thus, I'm
Calistrix.
staying behind the bush, away from everything.
Calistrix. It was Calistrix, Silva, and Grain?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Caltrix is gonna kinda move towards what about here? Actually wait, I have reach on the weapon, so it actually goes a little bit further. So remember how to do the ruler in D20. Yeah, well that I'm trying to reach this one. And I will roll to attack.
Okay. And roll a d4.
It's a 9. Hmm?
You're blessed. Roll a d4.
Oh yeah.
Nope, that doesn't quite connect.
No.
Galifig.
Okay. Adolf's gonna try and make his way, like, through the bush to this one here.
Right.
And with his head, is gonna just try and take a swing.
Go for it. It's gonna be rough for you. I mean, I looked at your stats for your physical stats, and I'm just like, you're gonna have a hard time hitting things.
Yeah, this.
You should hear what he wants to do with the fucking pistol.
Oh god! So you whiff like nobody's business.
Can I lift him up?
Hey, shame.
You're a midget. You see Dalafig sort of like swinging below it, just can't reach.
Can't reach.
Tall in it.
Alright, the other wisp comes floating over towards Calstrix. And
I just noticed Galifig doesn't token doesn't have a name under it for me.
Oh, it doesn't? No.
that does.
Thank you.
There you go.
Alright. God damn it. Alright. Again, though, I said it in chat, but I didn't want to break up the flow of what we were doing. Since we're on the beginning of another round, thank you everyone who in the raid so much. It's super appreciated. And while I'm at it, thank you to Baggerin TV, Super Killerid, and Navik for following, as well as Drowned Person. Thank you all so much. We are in the middle of a fight with some weird floaty energy creatures that nobody knows anything about because they all did really badly on their rolls. But they know they ain't normal, and they just killed another not-so-normal weird thing, and they're trying to save it from disintegrating the body. So on that note, the first wisp flies through Calistric, doing 2 points of necrotic damage. This one flies through both Silva and Dalafig,
Oh, no.
doing
That's why you hide in a bush.
2 to both of them.
Don't you have low hit points?
I am. What do you mean? Fucked.
Oh no.
And for easy hit points adjustment, you can just use the number on the token. You just, when you click it, you click the little red bubble, and then when the box pops up, you can put in a negative and then the number and hit enter, and it'll adjust your hit points by that amount.
So it's -2, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm kind of low too.
You all have low HP. It's level 1.
Called level 1, baby.
You said that was the other one just attacked Silva and who?
Dalafig.
Dalfig.
Okay.
Then that last one flies through Silva, Dalafig, and Grain, and does another 2 to each of them. And then that's them. So we're back to Mazery.
Alright, I've readied up the second shot. I'm looking in. I see a target. But
There's one right in
I'm
front of
also
you as well.
noticing the one over here. Over here? Shit. I'm blind.
They're everywhere.
Probably because of the fucking torches right next to me.
We got surrounded.
No, the torch is actually down there. They're the ones next to you, but they're glowing dark, so you're fine.
Okay.
Oh,
Then I'm
you
gonna
actually
go
feel
for this
more
one.
comfortable next to them than you did in the actual light.
Huh. Okay. I'm gonna strike the one next to me.
Okay. So you just kind of drop your bow on the spot and pull out your blade.
Yep, I pull out the Kolish. attacking the one right in front.
Okay. I need better music.
Any luck?
1 sec. Let's see. That hits.
All right.
And there is another person
So
within
it's-
the range, so you get sneak attack. He did 9. Still up. Silva. It's very hard to tell if you're even really hurting these things until they just suddenly flicker out because they're so... like, they're basically ethereal motes of light.
I'm gonna cast a healing word on myself if I can.
Yep, you can. You are a creature within 60 feet of you. You can gain it back 7 HP up to your max. You can't go past your maximum. Healing word is a bonus action. In the same way as with the negative, you can do a plus and then a number and it'll go up that much. So with you, this you want to though take one or away though, because you're over your max.
Got it.
Yep.
So bonus, so then I can still attack then.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a swing at the book in front of me.
Yep. Bring it on. That hits. Ah, nice hit.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Good deal. Still standing though. Alright, green.
Alright, Greta realizing, you know, she's surrounded now.
The one that's between you and Mazery did take a hit already, you saw though.
Okay, and she saw that, yeah. She sort of, even though there's one like that she's staring at, she saw the one that kind of flickered for a moment. You know, she's just guessing it got hurt, and she's gonna lunge at that with her dagger.
Okay.
I forget I can throw it. Just put that one in your bank. Oh, did that hit by the way? Because I just rolled damage.
One sec. Yes, that hits.
Oh, okay.
Let me, actually, no, wait. I was looking at the wrong roll. No, you did not hit. Not
Oh,
with attack. I was looking at the wrong one. I was like, oh wait. My Roll20 is doing this weird thing where it keeps scrolling the map down to the bottom on me. So I'm having to deal with that every time. Alright, so that misses. Don't forget to mark things.
You are correct.
Use a
Yeah.
ranger.
I'm a ranger. I have spike, dude. I forgot. Oh yeah, this bonus action too. Great. We're 100 feet. Okay. If that is, put this. Oh, put this out there as well for everyone. He's going to mark the one between her and Misery. Right here.
Alright, I'll put that on it to denote that.
Okay.
So that one is now
Yeah, she's
marked. Now, for everybody's note, that damage that it deals though is only that's only additional damage for her. You guys don't do any extra damage to the one she marked. It's the last wisp still. It'll just zip back down through those two. Cheese the system. And do 4 points of necrotic damage this time. Oof. To both Calistrix and Silva.
Oof.
That one hurt.
I am glad I healed.
Yeah. And that's
Yikes.
Yulia.
How many times can I use that spell? Twice?
Spell slots, yeah.
I've got two. I got 2 slots. Yeah.
You used one of them. So Yulia, it's back to you.
And I can't what do you call it? Do much else while I keep the bless up because it's concentration based,
Yeah,
right?
you can't cast any other spell that requires concentration. It'll cancel that one. But you can cast any like attack spells, like cantrips, things like that, just fine.
Okay. I would like to. Let's see.
Don't you have acid splash?
Let me make sure this doesn't do anything bad. I'll cast Ray of Frost.
Okay.
On the. I forgot the waypoint shortcut.
Just hold down your button on the spot.
Oh yeah, on the select move, hold down your mouse
That
button.
on. There you got one.
Okay. I was gonna say, don't you have acid splash?
I do.
There are 2 creatures in 2 different spots within 5 feet of each other.
But won't it hit?
No, it only hits
like
2 creatures
calculate-
of your choice within 5 feet of each other.
Oh, okay.
So you could splash and either the 2 up here or the 2 down there.
Right. Yeah. Then I'll do that on the to do the thing.
Okay.
Those 2 over there then.
Alright, go ahead and roll the spell.
All right. Let me do that. I'm not sure why I
It's
did.
a DC 12 dexterity check for both, or save for both of them. And don't worry, you can't see monster rolls, so that's intentional.
Oh.
Yeah. So they both seem to dodge the acid sploosh. They rolled really stupidly well.
Oh. Rip.
Dexterity is basically the only thing they've got going for them.
Yeah.
Their stats are pretty garbo.
They're small little whiffs. I hope they can.
No, they have 20 strengths, totally. Alright, so Calistrix, it's back to you. It was a good try,
Calistrix
though.
is gonna turn and just swipe down at the one that flew through her.
Alright.
You can do it.
Can I roll?
Oh, you missed.
Yikes.
That's a miss. The botch counter arises.
Yep.
Cool. About Delphid, you're just having the worst time with rolls.
I passed the turn.
It's not
Alright.
even, like, it has nothing to do with the actual stat numbers. It's just the dice are bad.
Your time to shine.
Just check one thing. Remember rightly.
Even with the D4 from Bless.
I have healing word too, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna cast healing word on myself.
Okay.
What are you gonna say?
Hey, you can do this, Dalphy. Come on, you've had worse. Okay.
There's
what do I-
those
I click on
emotes
that
in
in the spell
chat.
section, don't I?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright, so it's you can just click the spell to cast it.
Yeah.
There you go, 5 points of healing. But only up to your max, so plus 4.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I mean, that's a bonus action, so you can still attack afterward.
It's taken away my fucking. Taken away my health bar. Hang on. There we go. And yeah, and then he's gonna try and move up and take a swing at this one here.
Go for it.
I am trying to get my freaking character sheet back open.
Cynical's using
I
a
am
bed
moving.
as a mouse pad.
Yeah. I am.
Oh,
He did it.
my
He did
boy!
something.
He got
He
a
did
20.
something.
First 20 of the
Nice!
game.
There's the first crit. Yep. Go ahead and hit that button.
Roll that damage. 8.
8 points of damage.
Hey. Yeah, that was big done.
Well, wouldn't it be more
Oh.
with the bless?
Oh, that would have been the hit. He already rolled a 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bless only adds to the hit roll.
Gotcha.
Attack roll and the saving throws. Alright, so that's that one down. That one sputters out after being slashed by the sword. Back to the beginning. Which ones are still alive? This one? Not this one. It don't like you. Yulia! Take 3 points of necrotic damage.
Oh no. Okay. This thing. This thing. Ah, there we go. Hey there. Hey, it worked. Cool. Thanks, dogs.
Yep. And more than that, though, because you took damage and you're currently concentrating on a spell, you need to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, let me do that.
Your spell drops.
I don't think that one would have worked.
No, the minimum is 10. Basically, the way that concentration checks work is it's either 10 or half of the damage you were dealt, is the DC, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So bless N.
Rest in peace, Bliss.
That thing just does a fucking U-turn, hits Grain, Delphig, and Mazery.
Bitch.
How aware
For
are
3 points.
Are all of us of Misery's presence?
Who's taking 3 points?
Oh, you guys know that they're there. You just don't know why they're there. Like, they were in the room when you guys all went to bed, so it was just like, oh, hi. There's a
Yeah.
person here already sleeping.
You said
Who's
we
taking
take
3
3 points?
Yep, 3 points of damage to each of you.
Okay.
Misery, Delphig, and me.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep, so
Oh.
from 10 to 7 for me.
And then we're back to
Yeah,
Misery.
same here.
I'm at 6.
Yep, Misery, what are you up to now?
With the one that's next to me, I'm gonna turn and strike at.
Okay.
Since
That
it's
hits.
on its own, I have to go by itself.
Yep.
Oh, take away the sneak. Just it would be a 5 only.
Yep.
Had it been sneak, it would have been really nice.
Alright. Silva, back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna move over here and take a stab at this bloke.
Yep, go for it.
Block.
That misses.
Great. Then can I have a bonus action still, right?
Yep.
Could you use a Bardic Inspiration on Grayna?
Yeah, so Grain, you get a Bardic Inspiration. Which is a d6, if I recall right now. So anytime you make an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check, you can add that to it one time, and then it goes away. And it's your turn now.
Okay, it is me. Igrin is gonna lift her crossbow and prior, of course, because there's no hunter's mark or anything. She's gonna.
You can Hunter's Mark before you attack.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, since it's bonus, she's gonna mark that one. She sort of like furrows her brows and wrinkles her nose. That's her. I'ma fuck you. I swear to God.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna take a bite with a crossbow. Don't. I'll have you.
Yep. If you want to use the inspiration, you can.
Ah,
It adds a d6.
I shall. D6.
Correct. That'll hit.
Ooh,
Hey.
I know that is.
Nice.
Okay, sorry. I was reading.
And another d4 because of your hunter's mark.
Yep.
I love that noise.
Whoa.
14.
Beautiful.
And it sputters out of existence.
What's that? A little guess? I'm just reloads her crossbow, and that's it. Goes back reloading.
That's as far as it can make it. It does 2 points of damage to Calistrix, Selva, and Yulia. As it zips through all of you.
Oh boy. You said 2?
2. And then it's done. So it's Yulia's turn. And then Calistrix.
Oh boy.
Calistrix. Bleh.
Hmm.
You're kind of stuck in melee.
Yeah.
But you've got a dagger at least, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, where does that go? Do I just click on the dagger, or
Yep.
how does that?
In the attacks box underneath your HP and stuff.
X. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. And I guess I'll go after probably that one.
Okay. Go ahead.
And click.
Oof.
Oh,
That's
no.
a negative.
Yikes.
Calistrix. We
We
believe in you, fighter. You can do it.
Here.
Yep.
And we're gonna hit him with that big swing. Here it comes.
It's
Oh, you hit
For
something.
12.
The redemption.
now that one fizzles out, leaving only one remaining.
Dalafig, can you even make it around the corner with you?
Yes,
Dalafig, you can do it. We believe in you.
I believe he can.
I believe.
How'd you get the ruler again?
It is, the ruler here.
Oh no, I just said I can do it.
Yeah.
So Gallifrey's gonna run back over here with his little legs.
Yep.
Jogging around. And he's gonna take a swing at this one here.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to get my character to hit this.
That hits.
Oh. Hey!
I'll
Rose-
do all of the damage.
Rose, stop messaging me because I can't click on
Oh.
the chat.
Ah, get fucked. Sabotage.
Cool.
Alright. And with that, the last one falls.
Hey.
Hooray!
As this, like that post, now that they're dead, you're just kind of like, ow? It's not a physical pain, it's more like, it's beyond physical pain, it's necrotic damage. Your very life force just feels exhausted by those damage.
I don't feel too good.
No. Don't go there.
It sort of looks around. Everyone's alive. Missouri's here, but she helped, so whatever. Sort of nods to them, but is more focused on that the elephant in the room, or the not. I mean, I guess the not as big elephant in the room.
Slightly
Just been
smaller.
walking over to the corpse, I guess.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
Adalafi's gonna do the same, just sort of follow her around.
Who currently has the torch?
It's just on the ground, I think.
Yeah, it's just laying over there on the ground behind the bushes.
So does light like physically blind you then?
Yeah.
Like not in a
It's like
physical way of
light
like
is covered
it's
shadows.
literally like darkness. It's just like they
Yeah.
can't. Light is literally darkness to her, effectively. It's a reversal.
Okay.
Magic.
I guess I'll bring the torch over along as we stare at this.
Okay.
I guess it'll be over. How do I pick? Cooperate. There we go. Do the thing.
We're
Oh,
almost done.
Calatrix,
Yeah.
Calatrix
Oh,
looks
okay. Fast.
over the body
Fast.
and try and like decipher what the creature is.
Okay, so you're gonna start investigating the body.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go.
If anybody wants to roll a check, you can roll a single check. It can be religion, history, investigation, arcana. Any of those works. You only get to roll one.
How about perception?
Perception is also fine.
Yeah, it's fine for anyone to do, right?
Yep.
What?
Oh my god! Are you sure you're not the one that gets blinded by light?
Wait, that's persuasion, not perception.
I was about to say.
What was the valid choices here?
Pretty much any of the intelligence-based checks. Plus perception.
History.
An investigation.
arcana,
Oh.
Investigation.
Religion.
Religion.
Yoink.
During, like, as everybody's
Yay.
sort of looking over it, Gordon is
Nice.
just gonna quietly repeat, but, like, the group would be able to hear it, like, I have something for you to protect.
So for the
That's what
perception.
it said.
Calstrix, it's dead.
I'm
Ca-
honestly
ca-
shocked.
Calatrix looks to the rest of the group. She's like, "Okay, you all stay here. I'm going to go get the constabulary, and make sure no more of those ghosts get it."
Gordon so squints and goes, you're a Bobby. Where's your uniform?
Calatrix is already walking off.
Before you
Yeah.
even can do that, though, let me actually finish telling everybody what they
Yeah.
figure out, and then we'll continue from there.
Okay.
Grain, with investigation, you can tell that this is not a humanoid, and that it's not a natural being from this world. Like, that's all you can really tell about it.
Okay.
You know it doesn't belong here, necessarily. Sova, with perception, again, you know it's dead. At least it appears to be. And that it is, again, not from this world. There's not really much you can tell about it otherwise perception-wise, but you can definitely tell now that this being was the source of that, like, summery smell. Because you can kind of smell it wafting off of the corpse even now.
Yeah.
Religion. This is not a being that is religiously significant in any way that you can tell. So it's not a deity or any kind of avatar. Dalafig?
Yeah.
Arcana, though. That 20 Arcana. This is a true fae. You immediately, you're like,
Hey guys.
like you know that immediately because, and it also clicks as soon as you think about it, because like the other beings said you can never return to Arcadia, which is known as the home realm of the Fae. It's another name for their world.
All right.
You know this is a true Fae, and all the weirdness that goes with that. And there's a lot. There's a lot of weirdness to go with Fae. Fae are very... There's no, like, distinct, like, this is a Fae, period. Like, all Fae look this way. No, Fae are, like... just all over the place. Technically, several party members are also Fae, but they're not true Fae. True Fae are a very different creature. Like, Calistrix and Silva are both Fae, technically.
Very, very, very long descendants.
So that's what you all figure out. But before Calistrix even gets a chance to leave or anything like that, the thing like suddenly like jerks to life for a second, and its chest like kind of splits open, and it like again that voice in your head kind of whispers, "Keep it safe." And then this weird metallic like sort of like torch-like object, this big metal rod covered in chains, just falls to the ground in front of it, out of its chest. And as it passes out of the flesh, you can feel like you can hear and smell its skin like sizzling and burning as the thing passes its way out of it, and then it just falls to the ground with a thud.
Was this the same voice that said like I guess the warming voice?
Yes, the warming voice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
One
pick it
moment.
up.
I'm gonna not pick it up. yet.
Calatrix is. I'm gonna try and contest grabbing that.
I'm gonna watch you try to pick it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a nat one, but yeah, Calatrix is also gonna try and grab it, mainly because evidence.
1 second before you pick it up. I'm going to give you a picture of it. It's not currently lit though, so just keep that in mind when I show you the picture.
That's creepy.
That is creepy.
I don't want to touch that thing. I take that back.
Okay, you're not gonna try and grab it. Okay.
I'm just
now-
gonna look at it.
I'm just gonna nudge it with our foot then.
So now, wait. Now Calatrix. So
none of the rest of you can try to grab it at all?
Oh, Gordon's
I
gonna
think
try
I
and
would-
nudge it with our
I
foot.
yeah.
You nudge
Calatrix
it with
is
your foot,
gonna
nothing
go-
happened.
Calatrix is gonna try and pick it up.
Calistrix,
I'm gonna take a step back.
you step up. Calistrix, you pick it up, and it's fine for a second, and then you immediately know this is made of iron.
Oh shit! Yeah, I dropped that very quickly.
You pick it up, and it's your hand just feels like you grabbed a hold of
yeah,
a handful of fiberglass.
Just gonna be like, oh, and then.
So you
back
drop it,
away.
and there's just like your hands feel raw and not like burnt,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
just that unpleasant rawness of like an allergy reaction.
Calatrix, I'm going to need a little bit of help. Somebody needs to carry that with me to the Eastern Wharf Constabulary, or
I'll do it. I've got gloves on. I don't really care.
it is. It is. I do not like iron.
And I've got gloves on, so I don't really care. And she's just gonna go pick it up.
Okay.
Okay.
From here, though, I'm gonna give you all guys a little bit of a blob of information before we go on break real quick, because we're gonna take a quick break here in a second, so that everybody can go to the bathroom, get new drinks, etc.
More tea.
More tea.
And exactly, so that we can do that, and I can talk to Chad a little bit after I do my own stuff. But you were just if you get found right now, you're standing over the body of a true Fae.
Hey, this can only go well.
That's bad. For reference, like you know this, being a local Calistrix and Silva.
Yeah.
The true Fae are basically the real rulers of this city. The actual like kings and queens, etc., are puppets.
Who knows this?
Just the two Fae characters.
Okay.
The true Fae rule this city. The fact that you're even here is already bad for you at all. Being found over this body is going to be horribly bad for you.
Yeah. So we have slight issue. This nobody can know what we have seen. Do you understand?
I nod in agreement to him.
Then why are we still here? Why don't
Because
we?
I am slightly worried about what I'm slightly worried about what you are holding, who we go to, and if I am going to lose my job.
Hey, you may want to put that down.
All right.
No.
So
Did you not hear her? She said she's got gloves. It is fine. But we do have slight issue. If we get found with this, we all end up maybe being executed.
I
Possibly.
put it.
Then
yeah, put it down.
Gally, or she sort of like nods her head to the phone and then to like the body, kind of like.
However, if anybody tries to leave, we also have issue because I probably lose job.
Aye, then I have an idea. Temporarily settles down the the thing and messes through her bag, and lifts up a torch. Goes, we can burn it, and nobody will know. Only we will know. That sounds like an idea.
I do not think this is a good idea either.
No, I like this idea.
We're in
Anybody take a drawing of what we see?
We're in very complicated. Kind of looks around, and then she's like,
Lighting it on fire would be pretty obvious and bring more people here.
Aye, but they might not know what it is by the time we get the hell out of here.
all right. As you guys are sitting there discussing this, you hear the whistles of constables in the distance and a commotion, and that's where we're going to go on break.
Are you shy?
And I've also changed the overlay to have the full title of the campaign on there now because I didn't want to spoil.
Hey.
Cool.
Aren't you all glad you're the witnesses?
Blah, blah, blah.
Tomorrow
Oh shit.
will
I didn't see shite, sorry.
I am legally blind.
And the bird said,
Can't
"Nevermore."
see my hand in front of me.
"Well, Gallitrix is now kind of thinking she's fucked."
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah, you're in a bad spot. This is now like we're on a break now, so out of character. It's now to the point where you as a group are going to have to decide what you're doing now. Do you run and hide? Do you just take some time, like go somewhere else and take some time to let things cool down and figure out what's going to happen from here? Are you fugitives now? Or are you just witnesses? That's the question. Do you turn yourselves in? Because that could end very badly. Or it could save you. It's all like, it's completely up to you as a group of what to do from here. But what is clear is that this object, whatever it is very important, and that big bad thing wanted it. And whatever it is, you probably don't want them actually getting it.
Have a moderate-sized apartment, boys.
I will point out, though, your moderate-sized apartment is on file and right next to the station.
Exactly.
You can't go there. That's not a safe house.
Consider
But
the
it's
boat.
big. No. It's big brain, right? Because they would never check there.
You know,
Groiner would still either want to hide the body in a bush or burn it. I know that's so you just get rid of that and we take the thing and we go somewhere else and we were never here.
I
Yeah,
like
we
the
should.
boat idea.
We should probably go hiding.
We can go move to the northern lake region and get back to the boat too, I guess we really want to. Like, hey, is that boat ready yet?
Sailors can't sailors
Hey,
can't
do
call
you know
in
how-
advance.
do you know how mad,
We
do you know
can't
how mad Axel would be if we just sailed off?
That ship is there for a month.
It's like,
We are
okay,
the
Axel,
settlers.
we'll give you a
Several
week.
hours
Time
at
to make a whole
most.
new campaign.
We just turn up at the captain like, is it fixed yet?
The sailors of Scáthbhaile.
Can we leave?
Nowhere near as cool sounding.
Hey, it's me.
Yep, it'll cycle through them. Once we have enough art that I'll have to speed up the cycle, but for now it's on like a few minute loop.
Nice. Do you want the other headshot I have of Groiner?
Sure.
Like the one that's my yeah.
I'll add it next week.
That's one, because she's a conversion character, so I already had that one. And I want to get more up, but I don't like. I need to see if she survives first. You know, like.
So wait, Axel, I have a question.
Go for it.
How much longer are we playing for? Because I thought we were playing for 4 hours. Because I'm like passing out in my chair.
I'm going to say like we would normally go for up till 10 at max. We're at right now 9 hours or 3 hours and 14 minutes.
Wait,
We started at 6.
it.
We started a little bit late.
Oh,
We did start a
Because of the
little bit late this
difficulties.
time
okay.
because of all the setup stuff.
I will try and brave
Oh,
through
I'm
it.
that's what I'm saying. Like once you guys decide what you're doing and I know what you're doing, that's where we can end if we want to.
Oh, okay.
I just have to know where you guys want to go from here. But right now, let's take our few minute break. Everybody go get your stuff, and we can come back and have a discussion on that. And you guys can stay here and talk to chat or whatever in the meantime if you're not going to walk away and go do stuff.
Okay.
But I'm going to go get a refill and go to the bathroom because I've been sitting in this chair for 5 hours.
My position is being slowly stolen by a cat.
What?
My position is slowly being stolen by Billy.
So what should we do then?
Honestly, I still feel like going to the going back and hiding out at her apartment, and then her going into the office and being like, "So what's the sitch?" And then going, "Oh,
I mean, we could hide, and Caltrix can report saying,
That's-
"Hey,
that's
there was
true,
a
she
murder
was-
here."
she was
Yeah, they-
stationed. She was stationed in the inn,
That this
So I
happened
can-
at, yeah?
so I can just feel like I heard a commotion,
Yeah.
and
And
you
I
know,
came out, and it
I
was
came
like
out
this.
with a torch, and this is what I found.
Can you like misdirect the investigation away from us?
Yes.
I mean, we
Oh,
can just go the other way, and
Now we're getting into the moral compass of Calatrix. It's a very complicated and grey area, so probably.
Still might burn it, to be honest.
Because you know what the how bad that death is. So do I.
and
Yeah.
me too knows that it's. Well, I
Yeah,
know
you know
what it
it's a-
is.
Yeah,
You're
And
not
know
from
it's
the
a-
area though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
I know-
you know
I know
it's a
what the
true
creature is.
fae. Yeah, but you don't
I don't
know
know
that
the
like
importance in the region.
Yeah,
I just know it's hella important.
you don't know that we know that they like run the city in secret.
Right.
Because I think it would be better to hide out in a place that is not known by the constabulary.
Well, also we have to think like the people in the pub don't know what's going on. They were still
Right.
asleep.
Yeah,
Our
magically
characters
asleep.
know that. So
Thanks,
what
dogs.
if I mean, our characters could like easily just go. I mean, that they didn't wake up, so we could just go back to bed. Hide the thing for a little while, and if they find it, whoa, you found. Oh, we don't know.
I'm not from here. Smile.
I'm not from here. I don't know what's going on.
I just fell asleep like everyone else. I mean, that could work too. We can just climb up the ladder again. Caltrix can be running out, flickering that lantern through. I don't know. Yelling, "Help!"
The Calatrix found it, and the rest of us were asleep.
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back.
Oh
Hello.
boy, wow, Steel. You had a 140 raid? Was that Jakey? That's why people say Jakey raid when they came in? That's really cool. Ah, and then you decided to turn around and bring us the 72 leftovers. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Nice.
Yes, that monstrosity.
I hope everybody's enjoying so far. I'm having fun running this. We'll definitely try to smooth out some of the technical difficulties so we can get things rolling a bit better, faster next time around. Good old butt raid. Good job. I just thumbs up to my camera that is not currently showing on screen because I'm smart. But are you guys having fun so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah, I like it.
Where's the no? I was waiting for somebody to be like, not really.
No.
I'm almost dead.
Luckily, it's making tea, so you can't say no.
Hey, that's great, man. Oh, well, usually when I'm streaming, you're like the only other smaller person that I know that's streaming, so I'm like, hey, we'll give it to Steel or Sam. I'll give it to either you or Zanvin usually. Sometimes Heavy. Heavy's usually around the same time as well, so I do that a lot. I actually rated Spork a couple of times because she was playing Warframe, and I was like, I have to jump over here, and then I ended up playing Warframe with her. So I quit streaming so I could take a break and go do some eat and stuff like that, and then played Warframe for another hour with Spork afterwards. It was great.
Nice.
Because my priorities are straight.
Yeah.
I'm sad that our new emote didn't get approved yet for today, but it
know.
will be soon. For you that didn't get to see it,
Yeah.
I'll put it up on stream for everybody to see.
Torch Hypers. We're just gonna load in like gargantuan.
Oh no, I made it gargantuan. It was small. It's only a 112 by 112.
Oh. I'm not sure what my delay is. It's never
Yeah,
good.
it'll take a second to appear. Yes, Torch Hypers is a custom emote I made to make look based off the normal Hypers, but it's represents one of our old Ashwell characters from my long-running... Not really... It's not a full-on campaign, but it's sort of a campaign, but we had one character that appeared in about 90% of the sessions, which is actually Verdon's character. Welberd Shortnose. I
Yep.
think the only way to really describe Welberd is greedy and scummy. Two wonderful traits to have in a Goblin Ranger. The best way to describe it, honestly, in a way, is that by the time we've stopped playing the campaign, to this point we haven't played again, Welbert had count them, two crowns on his head. Because he just kept finding them and stealing them and taking them for himself. And one of them is cursed. The Crown of Greed.
How fitting.
So he had to steal every single session because of the Crown of Greed. Oh, we were just talking about Torch Hypers. In all its wonderful glory. But I got Varden with a nice cheeky moment last night when I showed it to him. Because he's like, where's the two crowns? And I'm like, he's got a crown.
Yeah.
He's got a gold tooth.
Yeah.
It was awful. I felt bad about making that pun, but I don't feel bad about making that pun. But yes, that's in BT. We have it on BTTV being approved right now. Hopefully they approve it. Was it the Crown of Greed that you bought? Huh. Maybe. I don't remember. I know one of them was cursed and you got it from the that one quest. Either way, that's on BTTV soon, hopefully. torch hypers. I might as well just jump back to the other screen now. Not like cams are on for anybody else anyway. Haha! Yay Discord being garbage.
Yeah, let's use all of your bandwidth.
Literally all of it. So bad that I had to halve my bitrate and it was still not fixed.
Yeah.
And if I tried to turn my bitrate down any further than I did, I'd have to turn down the actual resolution I'm streaming at. And nobody really wants to watch a 480p stream. I don't.
That's a beautiful stopping on the roll there. Nice 20.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's because the oh, I thought you meant that part. Yeah, that makes sense. The map thing, sometimes the dice will get stuck on the Roll20 map for the screen, for the stream part. That's because I'm capturing a separate window than the one I'm actually using, so if you don't click on the screen and nobody else rolls, the die will just sit there forever.
Nice.
So we'll just have dice stuck there for ages. Yeah! The Greed Crown was a great one, Burden, because there was a trap where as soon as you guys picked it up, the entire room started flooding with coins and created a coin slide that threw you into the other room, and then some people took some of those coins that were all cursed, because that was a good idea.
Why? Why wouldn't you?
But anyways, enough about Ashwell. If you want to know more about Ashwell, you can go look it up on our YouTube and watch it. It's all there. All the madness that happened in that campaign. Oof. Literally and figuratively. So is everybody here, or are we still kind of missing some people?
Luckily still making tea.
Alright, no rush. I'm just asking so I know when people get back.
Did
you guys figure out what you want to do?
I'm here.
Yes, you did. You sold those fake coins to the Kenku.
I don't see a link to your YouTube, by the way.
You will need to fix that, yeah. Oh, it's in the panels down below. There should be a YouTube one. I'll fix that later if there isn't. If there is, though, it should be. I thought there was. I made one for everything else, so I must have just completely missed YouTube. Yeah, I totally missed YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I'll have to fix that. That is my bad. That is... I can't believe that's never come up at this point.
I tried looking for it the other day. I'm like, I don't know where he'd link this.
Yeah, I've posted the Did I ever make this? Nope.
It's impossible. Fine.
Yeah, I know I made a panel for it at some point, and it was just never gotten put up, and I didn't notice. That's weird. You think I would have noticed because I literally just added new panels like yesterday.
No, you got it on your website though.
Yeah. It's on our WordPress.
Haha, I'm your 69th subscriber.
Wow. Didn't think we had that many. Look at that. Yeah, speaking of followers, again, thank you to everybody that followed so far this stream. Luckily, Drowned Person, Baggerin or Boggerin TV, Super Killer Red, and Navik.
Huh?
Huh? I was just saying thanks to the people that followed this stream, and the huge Rado from Steel. That's great. We actually finally got over 50 followers just the other day. So all we need to do now is just get those average viewers, and we can apply for affiliate.
Hey.
Yay.
Brad, is it 5
3.
average? I can't
3.
remember the average. 3?
It's
Okay.
3. Yeah,
I'll
it's not even that many.
apologize
We
now.
actually had it, like literally last month we had the 3, and we thought we got the 50 followers because Stream Elements bugged and was using the counter was incorrect. So we were like, I was like, oh yeah, time to apply. And I got onto Twitch and it was like, you have 57 followers. I was like, shit. Yeah, that was fun.
Beautiful.
All right, that's I think yeah. I was asking, did you guys figure out what you want to do once everybody's back, or
Oh, it's mixed.
Heavy
yeah.
there's
nervous sweating
you could do
noises.
a number of different things to escape for now.
I still think we should escape and go into hiding.
I still think burning it would be a good idea.
The cops are right on their way. You can hear the whistles.
Aye, but if we burn it and run, they're gonna know someone was here. They're gonna know.
I have a plan.
No.
To enlighten us what
Do
the plan
nothing by
is.
the sound of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Once we get
Kick
back
me.
in game,
Oh,
you will be enlightened through roleplay.
I just want to go back to my ship. Back to home.
Your ship's done fucked for a month.
Aye, but it's still you can sleep.
Actually, it was floating when we came in, so as long as they've
Aye.
not done anything to it yet.
That's in fucking water.
No, it's floating.
And you're floating to
Wait,
relative time.
they took it around the city to the to the lake.
Yeah.
It's not really easily accessible at the moment.
Have to run across town.
Probably not.
I mean, we're not
Um.
fugitives yet. Can't just walk away.
We're about 2 seconds from being fugitives.
Yes, it's just, walk down the street or join the crowd of alarmed people somewhere.
Really wish like the Roll20 image size cap is just, even for me as a Plus member, is just small enough that I can't actually upload the full map as a PDF as a PNG.
Oh,
It's so big. It's a big map.
Time to use a super compressed JPEG.
Oh boy. Everybody loves JPEGs.
You should run it through needs more JPEG before you upload it too.
Are we ready?
Um.
How long? Did you get your tea?
Aye, I did.
Yeah,
Did you add
Nice.
some milk?
I did, yeah. The fucking bird speaking now.
Nice. For fuck's sake. Hey, this is why I wish the camera on so you can see him.
No.
Okay, so even if we run away, we're taking this thing with us.
Yeah, we gotta take the
Down
torchy
elves can't
cudgel
carry
thing.
it, because y'all are allergic to iron.
Yeah, I can't carry it.
But I've got gloves, so it's fine.
Am I?
Grant
iron
doesn't know that
okay.
about elves. She's just
Okay.
assuming, like, alright, well, I've got gloves, so it doesn't touch my skin.
Am I?
Yeah, I brought it up on
sensitive?
stream
I
for a
can't
minute
remember.
though, so everybody can see. This is the full city
It's
map.
literally iron dwarves. No.
Oh wow.
What was that?
That's huge.
The full city map is up on stream if you want to see it though for a second.
Fuck.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
And we are on that. Oh, you're still shrinking it. Never mind. Oh
Yeah.
lordy.
It just keeps going.
Oh my god.
It's pretty big. Oh,
It's a big
wow.
city.
That is a relatively large.
Like,
So the
here?
boat got brought to that middle lake.
You are on the eastern bank of that. Like,
What the?
it's hard to actually say
Yeah.
because I can't just point at it because stream, but it's on the side toward Silva, Mazery, and Yulia, down in that section. There's a bunch of like little piers sticking out. It's in that area there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the ship went to that main river going up through the Groma
Yeah.
because it actually has to go through the locks and is going back to the lake in the back. Going up into dry dock to get repaired back in the lock on Duin Marb, rather.
Oh baby.
Alrighty. I think we're all here and we're all ready.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bother switching to the map screen just because the battle's over and there's not like anywhere you're actually gonna move per se.
Yeah.
So back into RP now. What are you doing?
All right. Okay. Listen. I've got an idea. So you are going to go back into inn. I am going to stand here.
Oh, okay.
What
Okay?
about?
The idea.
No. This is best plan. Because I was meant to be here, because maybe serial killer was possibly hanging around and we were trying to catch him, and then it is long story. But so you go back into inn. Don't worry about serial killer. This is bigger issue. And so drop. So you need to drop that. You just need to leave it here, and we will figure out something in the I will. None of you will ever get mentioned in in anything. I will sort it out.
You're gonna protect this, right? The man wanted us to protect this.
We need
The nagging question in the back of your own head at that point, Calatrix, is how are you going to keep this object that the True Fae wants safe from a government-run organization that is basically funded by said True Fae?
Will they question us inside? Can I keep it in my bag? Do you think they'll investigate our bags?
Probably.
I can keep it in my dress. It's big
That's
and
true.
poofy.
It's a
I can
big
hide
dress.
it. It's a big dress. And I don't, unless there's someone gonna look up my dress, I think it'll stay hidden.
Maybe it's better.
Listen, I know you're not out on the sea often, but on the sea we have a sailor's promise, and that is if a comrade is ever fallen, you keep his last wishes. And that was his last wishes, and I tend to keep to him. I don't know if Dalafig feels the same.
You just don't want to go to jail.
Smart man.
I can't say this thing is my comrade, to be fair.
That Grainer's just gonna be shuffling towards Yulia, and it's sort of
You
like
can hear the footprints. The
trying
footsteps
not
are
to be
getting
creepy
closer.
about shoving this thing.
So.
The commotion is
Wait,
getting
Griner back,
closer
yeah?
along with the
You should see
whistles.
some, like,
Right, okay. So let's head inside real quick, and then we can see who's
No,
how we're gonna hide this later.
Now you mention it, maybe heading inside is awful idea, because if they find it, then I don't know what happened.
That's why we're shoving it up a dress.
Yeah. It's something that's been with me all along, right, guys? Come on.
Really?
Aye.
I'm breaking so many laws.
Mazery, is you or your bird kind of trying
What
to
is
jump in
this?
this at all?
Is it a well or a chimney?
That is a chimney. There is
Oh.
a sewer access somewhere near her, though, but most of you wouldn't know that.
I'll be dipping into it. Question is,
Because you know the quickest way out of here. You've already cased the joint.
the question is, I gotta figure out what's going on with over here, because while I do need to escape, the question is, there is something going on here which may further my understanding of the investigation. So,
Not to mention, like, from the conversation that you all heard, whatever that object is, the Fae want it, but more than that, they called him this being a traitor just for having it and keeping it safe.
Yeah.
This thing is dangerous to the Fae,
Mm-hmm.
and that piques your interest.
yeah, so I'll be sticking with the group, but I probably will actually just make noise at the sewer grate, enough that they know that it's there, and probably just slide right into it.
Okay, so you kind of go, like, it's packed behind that hay, we'll say, so you kind of go past the hay, and you guys all hear the, like, the big, large, like, iron sewer gate opening up,
Noise.
and then the
Yeah,
bird's
sewer
like,
grate.
flee!
Yeah.
Flee!
Alright,
go-
yeah, snuff out the light, or go run.
You need to take that light with you, or else they'll know someone was here. If a face
Yeah, it's a
just
lantern,
dead
you can
with
snuff it
nothing
and
around
carry it. It's not actually a torch.
Yeah, snuff it and carry it.
Yeah, well, we shouldn't bring the light with us, because that would be too obvious, so.
Oh, no shit. Fucking beacon of, I only have special
So you
objects.
snuff your lantern and pocket it, put it in your bag, whatever.
Oh yeah, it's in Corinne's bag now, I guess.
Well, no, it's in Silva's bag, I'm sure.
And
Oh, the
I
leather.
don't know where
yeah,
to move to.
I meant the little object she has. She's just gonna kind of.
It doesn't matter
the
where you guys
bag
move on the
thing.
screen. It's fine. Like
Yeah.
I can't see where to
you're all
move.
heading towards that
No,
way
it
now,
doesn't
or
really matter.
at least some of you are.
Well,
I'll
Say
move
again?
towards the grate.
Yeah, me too.
I agree.
I great. Great.
I
Aletrix seems kind of torn of like the law, and then like
Survival.
understanding that essentially a
Wait,
true fae has given her a goal,
Yeah.
Is she like frozen, like in between?
and she leaves to the
I
grave.
give a thumbs up gesture towards Caltrix while running away.
They're like, we're leaving. Bye.
We out.
Come or not. You all flee into the sewers,
Yeah.
and that's where we'll pick up next time.
Aw.
Yay!
Wait, mate.
I did like 9 different voices for Calatrix. I really just need to nail one voice. Jesus Christ.
Don't feel bad. My voices are going to be all over the place too. I can't
Like,
do an
I'm
accent for my
slipping into,
life.
like Scottish.
And you descend into the even smellier part of Scáthbhaile.
Woo.
Who knew it could smell
Just
worse? But on that note, that's where we're going to stop the actual session for the night, folks. So thank you to everyone that came out. We're going to just go through and do a little bit of a wrap-up with everybody, give everybody a chance to shout themselves out. So I guess we'll just do the same order we did before, start on the one side and go down. If people want to do any kind of like, tell people who you are, what you do, where they can find you online, etc. Like, just sell out yourself.
I guess I'm first.
Yep.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at NavicCasts. I'm an esports caster. I cast the esports. I'm good at talking fast. And I am on about 3 hours of sleep. So let's move this on. Goro.
Hi, my name is Ro, commonly known as the four-armed alien that's here to invade all yo booties. You can find me on Twitch, /VR, and I shitpost on Twitter, VR_bro. That's me. But coolly.
I'm just I just mod Ro's chat and hang around with Ro on her stream.
He also makes
And-
cool music videos on his Twitter that he's not going to mention.
I also do music sometimes.
There you go.
Whether he mentions it or not,
My
guess what?
Twitter
It's in
is just some
chat.
Poorly covers.
You fuck nerd.
Oh boy. I'm Anger. Terrible name, not actually angry ever.
I was gonna say you were the sweetest little being with you.
It's a ruse. I stream very rarely, but I look around a lot. Tech guy. So if your computer's broke, ask me. I guess I don't know. Whatever. Have fun. Go Mac.
Hey, I'm Mac and Socks. You can follow me at twitch.com/Mac and Socks. I really don't do much, but I moderate a little bit on Twitch. That's about it.
I may or may not have dabbed. Can't confirm. And Sarah, last but not least.
You want to shout yourself out, Sarah?
Sarah, go AFK.
Yeah?
I can't hear Sarah. She's talking.
No, my microphone actually died for a second
Oh.
when I started. I was like, what the fuck's going on? That probably explains why nobody heard me for the last little while. Yeah, I'm Sarah. I'm basically just known for moderating, so yeah.
Best
I'm
mod.
I suck. No, worst mod.
Her Twitch is
you
already
can
in the
find me on
chat. Go
Twitch.
follow her. She does streams on Sundays.
Yep. So
God damn it, somebody clip me dabbing. Ask the bird, true. Fair enough. That's a good point. Alright, so that's our cast. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll come back again for this next week. I had fun. I'm definitely gonna, hopefully we'll have a lot less technical problems next time. And we'll see what happens to these poor crew of idiots that just got turned into witnesses.
Jumped into a saw.
That's what we really wanted, I think.
Witnesses of Scáthbhaile is now sewer rats of Scáthbhaile.
Oof. Before we drop out, I'm gonna go see who's actually doing what on Twitch so we can find somebody to raid. And then we'll pass the love on to them.
Pass on the torch, Keen.
Exactly. Let's see. I see Andy.
Yeah. I see Andy, forearms.
I don't have forearms followed. I should fix that. I didn't know forearms streamed.
Yeah, he started pretty recently. Still alive? He's doing wow.
Alright, for now, we'll just go ahead and send it to Andy's way.
Woo.
Andy is a good boy
Andy's the one
artist.
that
He
did
did
my
art
art.
for Anger, actually, I believe, right? Yeah.
Oh, yep.
He's done art for a bunch of other D&D games too. I like his stuff when his full, I don't know the right word. The full artwork that he's done before. There's some really cool stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and head over. God damn it, my dab is on the wall now. Good. We're gonna go ahead and raid him, give him some love, pass the torch. But anyways, that's it for us. Until next time, guys. Keep your torches lit, delve deep, and keep rolling.